Hello and welcome back after an extended break to Star Wars D&D. Last session, our group of...
Bro.
I can't even blame sleep. I slept last night, man. I'm just an idiot.
Such a long break from Star Wars, guys.
It has been, but I've talked about Star Wars more recently than Borderlands.
We also blew everything up.
Yeah, not everything. Like a quarter of the planet. Sorry, guys. I watched Ahsoka recently, and that's got me on a whole different tangent.
Do my little ghost dance.
Welcome back to Borderlands D&D, because I can't call it what I would love to call it.
Which is what?
We can't call it Bunkers and Badasses.
That's who?
That's Poppy wrote.
I thought you told me at the beginning they had that copyrighted.
I'm sure they do. But so is D&D.
That's... Oh shit. Oh no, we got the OGL on our side there.
Not sure about that one.
It's currently at the OGL still.
Fair use of a funny thing.
Okay, so last session, our group of no longer potential vault hunters, I would say, since we have in fact found and messed with the vault, managed to, well, you know what, let's take a step back. It's been a hot minute. So you guys have come to the whole desert down by Oasis, called the Sunken Sea, searching up a lead on Dakin. After a little bit of investigation in the town of Oasis and a small club, you guys made a deal to go deal with some pirates, dealing with said pirates around the water hole, the actual Oasis, the water well that this place pulls from. You then took off after a brief bit of negotiation with Captain Steelbeard over some stabbings and where you were supposed to wait. You decided not to wait there and move on to try and catch Dakin. You guys arrived to the location, found it to be a dig site that was currently abandoned, currently not occupied. And then you sabotaged all of the vehicles to make sure they couldn't get away this time. After doing so, you proceeded to dig down and delve into what you originally thought was just a simple Iridian ruin, dropping down several hundred feet in the process as you slowly got down. But before you got all the way down, you, realizing some stuff went wrong, and got a call and found out Captain Steelbeard had in fact kidnapped Clay. Making a mad beeline to the base, trying to get there so you could get to Clay and potentially rescue him. You went up after some negotiations and talks and found out that Steelbeard was overall a very amicable guy. Some talking, some deals were made, some stabbings were had, some attempted murders were had. And we ended up having a mostly friendly departure from there as you guys headed back to the base. Digging around, getting down lower, finding the entry to a door, starting a fight with some mercenaries hired by Dakin. A mercenary and a member of Dakin's group, freeing an archaeologist. In the process, the mercenary tried to run. Negotiations were had after catching up. Everybody else was up top trying to recover and have a good time. Clay and Bertram decided to go off in the other direction of this whole Iridian ruin that nobody had messed with. And it turns out somewhere along the way when the power went off, things went downhill because we now have the power back on and a Guardian booted up and ready to go. So you guys opened the door and found them. Deciding, what was it? Retreat was the better part of valor today. I don't know if that's the phrase, I'm going to be honest. You decided to book it and run for the exit. However, it decided to follow after failing to capture you in a number of traps. Getting out of the place, everybody decided to quickly evacuate when a large beam came bursting out of the hole that was burrowed down to access this little ruin. And everybody took off back to the town of Oasis because Clay's truck was there and you guys kind of need that. When you made it back, you guys sat down, had some time in the nightclub there, the Dancing Dunes, I believe. Yeah. Having some time there, some relaxation before the individual from earlier, Cromwell, met you there, having some talk, some information on Dakin. He let you all know that Dakin was currently looking to find a way to Promethea. I think that's right. Oh god. You guys have me in self-doubt mode now because of the whole Star Wars thing. I'm pretty sure I said Promethea. Hold on, I will flip my notes and correct myself if I'm wrong.
While he's looking at the notes, we also had a Schmied awakening.
You did say Promethea.
I did say Promethea. Okay, I thought I said that right. Thank you. There was indeed a bit of a Schmied awakening. Thank you for the reminder, where you guys met Alistair, who was definitely not the same individual as Schmied. Getting some discussions there, some tidbits in there, a little bit of reveal on where they used to work, who they were, and what they were doing. That was a very interesting little diversion off. But bouncing back, Schmied is back to being Schmied. Everybody was here, had that meeting. You guys heard from Cronwell that he was just gonna head towards the Eden 6 system, get the fuck out of here, because heat was kind of high, 2 sirens and 1 job is some bad luck. You guys had some discussions and plans on what to do, and I believe last time, at least, the current plan was to head back to Keepsake. It may have changed since. If so, duly update me. But we will pick up in the morning after this, after everyone had a long rest.
I don't remember if we had an actual next plan. There was the option of going back to other Iridian ruins in the area.
That is absolutely true. Sorry.
There was also the baby robot drone, whatever it was, that Bertram took and needs Nessa to do the thing on.
Do the thing.
Do the thing, science person.
I believe you guys started the process of analyzing it. You needed proper tools to finish fully activating it and getting it reprogrammed.
Possibly.
We didn't get that far, but sure.
I didn't know.
Well, no, I know. No, I remember them making checks and they started working with it.
Okay.
They made some checks to like start figuring out what was happening at least.
Okay.
That was some bad organization. I was looking through my D&D notes and I just found how I was making beignets.
I really liked the honey sauce for those, though, so that was nice.
That was just honey, it wasn't even a sauce.
Oh, it was really thin, even after it was really thin.
Warm beignets.
I meant after it cooled, even.
Oh, fair. I don't know. That was just honey.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is not. We are not here to discuss the beignets.
We aren't?
I don't think so. Well, shit, you tell me. You guys get to decide what's happening because everybody's waking up in the morning. I believe I said at the last one, you guys had rooms offered here at the club as kind of like one of the thank yous for dealing with the pirates.
And time with Clay.
And time with Clay. You know them so well.
Is that their first name or the last name? No, you don't read. Oh yeah, didn't somebody go and overhear a conversation between Clay and his dad? Was it Nessa?
There was indeed a conversation overheard between Clay and his dad.
Which, I mean, I don't know who heard that, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't me, so I'm good. Just a reminder to whoever heard it that they heard it.
It's been a minute. I want to say it was either Crystal or Nessa. I may be wrong.
I don't remember hearing anything.
I want to say it was Crystal because of the passive, because she was pretty good at hearing, pretty good at listening in.
And not somebody who's going to tell us anything. Okay.
That is
I don't remember hearing anything. Because I remember Crystal was running, and Extra running, and Super running. So Crystal was tired and passed out.
This was... This wasn't directly last session that you heard that. I think it was a couple sessions before, but it was something that did occur. Because I remember the check being made, and I remember describing Clay's conversation.
Even further back.
I mean, you want
I can give you a refresher if you would like it, though.
Refresh would be good.
Sure.
General refresh, because I'm pretty sure it was Crystal for it, but it might not have been. We're gonna go with Crystal. She got the best ears in the group right now. If we're wrong, none of us are perfect. Fuck it. So basically, you overheard a conversation with Clay. He was talking to his dad, of course. He was going back and forth. They were having like not a full argument, but definitely like a slightly heated debate over what should be happening. He was on the side of he heard Clay ask, "Have you told her yet?" And then he's like, and then you heard, "I think you should. The longer we wait, the bigger this could happen." And then you got a slight bit of Bo's response of, "With everything that's been happening right now, I think she just needs time to process before we pile anything else onto that list." And then he begrudgingly agreed. Is like, "Fine, I'll wait for now, but I'm not going to wait too much longer."
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
I remember something like that, but I think that might have been like the first time we were here.
A couple sessions at least since that conversation.
It's a good thing I remember to remind people about the fact that did exist. Otherwise, it would not have existed anymore.
I might have been. It might not have been you. It might have generally been Nessa a few sessions back.
I don't remember that.
I mean, it was somebody. It wasn't me.
It makes sense for it to be Crystal because you have the best passive. Anyways, we can retcon it and just slap.
Everyone else. Yeah, remember, it wasn't something that was told to everybody else.
We can retcon it and slap it on Crystal.
Yeah.
Ooh, I get more information.
Yes, let me hold it.
It sounds like information that's pertinent only to Nessa and only useful for Nessa.
We can give it to Nessa.
Also,
If above the table, if you would prefer not to have it, we can save
no.
Nessa
This is Crystal's thought process.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
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 So because it's Crystal's, it's Nessa, information for Nessa. That's only pertinent probably to Nessa, and Nessa's not in the best headspace because it's probably referring to that. I would just wait and see how it goes for when she gets into a better headspace and she's not feeling so bad. You don't want to stack more things on top of an already bad situation. In other words, I'm doing nothing with the information.
All right.
Except, I guess, keeping a closer eye on Nessa. Not that I wasn't doing that anyway.
Fair. So, morning comes bright, early, and hot as fuck. What would you guys like to be doing?
And looking for food.
Bar's downstairs.
Go looking for food then. Downstairs.
Following this and walking downstairs, following the smell. It's probably not like immediately not open right now. It is more of a dance and nightclub. But you can follow the smell to the back and knock on the door as Barbot is in the back currently cooking, and you see the owner of the bar the owner of the nightclub currently leaned back and relaxing in one of a chair, like a little chair shoved in the corner.
Hello.
Morning.
And possibly. What? Just background. And possibly you gonna have myself a bite to eat over here?
Well, you heard him. Toss a few more on. and it just nods and reaches in, like, with one of its many, like, multi-limbed. It has, like, several, like, I think I said 4 limbs on this one, and 2 of them were working the, the stove and the pans, and one more of them reaches back and around into, like, a fridge and pulls out some more stuff and starts tossing it on.
Thank you kindly. Library suddenly turns southern. I don't know. Did anyone remember what accent he had, if anything?
Posh at times.
Oh.
Yeah. And you watch as, like, Barbot also pulls out, like, a full-on, like, large, like, almost ostrich-sized egg and cracks that and adds that to a skillet.
Are there any, like, desert palm trees or any other such, like small leafy bushes?
There's actually palm trees in the sun can see in Borderlands.
Can Tanya go take some of the leaves and make a fan?
Absolutely. As you go outside in the early morning, as some people are coming outside to start their day, many of them with coffee at hand, and they just see you already like, ha, climbing up a tree for some leaves. It's not hard to cut down and just like tie them together to fan yourself with.
Excellent.
Everybody else just waiting up in the rooms, hiding out for breakfast. Going to see if there's other breakfast in the town. Committing assassinations.
Sitting in the RV, getting some of that honk shoeing, you know, working off that exhaustion level.
So Eric,
long rests.
so
You wake up groggy as shit.
Bertram is listening to more. Oh hell, what was that?
More of his podcast.
Audiobook he was listening. His podcast. The
yes, the bowling noises.
That was somebody else's thing, and they have since ghosted characters, so I really don't have any reason to do that.
No, they're the only one who actually answered you.
Yeah, and then I sent a question about things happening in this location and a different location, and I never got a response, so like, meh.
Would you like to remind me what those were, so I can check my notes to see if it was...
It was, yo, is there...
happening or if it's been time?
It was, is there anything happening in Oasis area, and is there anything happening in an equivalent distance from Oasis area to where it was different places? But I never got anything back, so I just...
Valid.
Too late now.
That is fair.
Immediately gets the email that, oh yeah, sorry about it's just been delayed the entire time, just been buffering. Well, I got it set now.
And that'll be neat to know for the future, but is no longer imperative.
Just sat there, message failed to send, never checked back on it.
How is everyone on this fine morning? Like, where would everybody reconvene?
I'm in the bar.
Would it be in the bar?
I slept through them talking with other people, so I'm outside. Never to
the RV
enter.
is probably more chill and private.
Yeah.
Well, in fairness, right now the bar is still closed.
Yeah.
Is the bar currently air conditioned, or is it just?
No, it's air conditioned.
Bar with the food.
Also more spacious.
Yeah.
True.
Be nice and quiet and polite.
Are we just letting Bertram sleep in and tell him more stuff later?
Like, this is the kind of sleep to where he was probably up earlier in the day, which is whenever I played with the glue gun and learned that I can't use my thief action on it, which makes me very sad. And then went back to sleep.
Fair.
Alright, so everyone but Bertram. It's just everyone lined up at the front bar there, just kind of half asleep, Barry eating. Tanya sitting there making a little fan.
Everybody gets, let's say they're being polite, they're being good hosts, they like you guys, they're in a good mood towards your group. Everybody gets a fun little serving of stalker bacon and Samborg scrambled eggs.
Sounds wonderful.
I feel like their textures would not be what we want them to be.
Is anything on Pandora what you want it to be?
I love berries on Pandora.
Touché.
Be used to stuff. This would be nice. How long has Barry even been on Pandora? Is Barry just a native, or is he just came later?
From our understanding of what you said, you're a native and then you grew up and joined monastery.
Okay. It's been a while.
I think we only have 2 Pandora natives.
Who's the other one?
Tanya.
Tanya.
Okay.
One second.
So,
My music program was being problematic. I apologize.
Oh, that's
Virgin actually told us that he found the vault.
I said a lot of things whenever I was exhausted on top of the thing. I think that was part of it.
You gave like a little rambling explanation of the vault and what you saw when you touched it.
Clay has as much information or more than I have. Because I know I shared that.
Clay already.
Uh-huh.
So, more iridium dig sites, other places.
Of course.
Don't know how we go to Promethea. That might be a bit of a stretch, but ideas, thoughts?
I mean, a ship would be involved at some point, but not exactly been off planet, so.
Same.
I would suggest that we just leave him be and stop chasing after him.
That's my shit. I require that.
But he's going to Promethea, and I don't want to go back there.
Hey, wait, but if he's doing vault stuff, won't he come back here anyways after time or something?
Raise his hand with finger upraised, pauses, shrugs. Possibly.
I mean, I'm sure there's other vaults elsewhere, right? Or is that just a Pandora thing?
Has this been released yet, Matt?
What?
That vault's
Like
in other
this vault
places.
elsewhere?
This is like 80 years after the third one, so it's possible
Wait,
for
really?
people to know it.
But do us random
Before
fuckers
the
know
third
it?
one.
You guys
No, we're
can
after.
roll history if you want, but Clay's also in the bar.
Alright, okay. Changed things entirely. Thought we were before 3, now we're after.
Yeah, it
3.
was. Hold on. Takes another long sip of coffee. Stops, thinks for a second, pulls out a flask.
Remember to
back.
hydrate, Clay.
Takes another long drag. Alright, fine. You know what, we're gonna skip past that part. Yeah, so how can I help you?
There are vaults on other planets.
Yeah. Yeah, there are.
Do you know if the key stuck from one place works at another?
Each vault has its own key, but it's been so long, those keys have kind of been scattered around everywhere.
So, think back and we'll just come back here after doing whatever fuck all on Promethea?
Maybe. It kind of depends if the vault he's after is on Pandora or not. Which, if he's after the one that's here, I have a lot of concerns after what Bertram said.
Aren't they all pretty big and nasty inside there? Not good things that should be released?
Some vaults just have item storage, basically.
Fun.
Did you guys get a look at the vault?
Bertram
We
did.
looked at the door.
He said he did the thing and saw a bad thing.
That's kind of what he said too. I don't know what all that means entirely, but I do know vaults were sometimes used as prisons, so I listened to a lot of the Delirium logs we could find, or I could get a hold of, and that seems to be a consensus for several.
Well, that sounds like that vault sucks. We need a more fun one. Well, that's guns and stuff. Or just cool things.
We did have some cool things there. I'm trying to figure out what they did to see if they are cool. Bertram got an interesting looking gun, I think.
What'd it do?
What's it do?
I don't know yet.
Sorry.
Oh.
We messed with it. It is stuff. I think. Wait. No, hold on. Sorry, it's early. I think we messed with it and found out it was a gun and a binding agent.
Well, maybe next time we find some skags or something just on the side of the road.
I do still have these two. I'm trying to figure out what they do, and he pulls out the two Iridian artifacts that you guys have found, or Bertram had found.
Oh, really? Be interesting.
Tanya's eyes just kind of light up there for a moment.
Did it work better for sirens, I wonder? This whole iridium thing?
I don't know. You guys are the first sirens I've had regular contact with, or at least could ask to do stuff.
I guess it'd be interesting. See if it works any better for sirens than non-sirens. Doesn't Bertram abilities come from a siren?
Yeah, weird stuff with Crystal. Can I poke it?
He hands you the one that looks like the cube that has a smaller cube coming out of each face.
Ooh, neat. Is there any feeling upon contact or any other such thing?
Yeah, you can feel like weaker than the runes, obviously, but very similar to them, the same trace of energy in them.
Anyway.
Tweet. That is the question.
To eat or not to eat?
That is the question.
She's not gonna eat it, but she'll lick it.
You lick it. Your tongue is kind of
Sticks to her tongue. It doesn't stick to her tongue like a little pole in winter.
It's tingly. Like I thought it would be.
Why do you lick everything iridium based?
Well, I told you that one. I kind of taste it. I get a taste along with a feel and a bit of an energy buzz / high.
Yeah, but don't you get that? You just drain it normally through your hands?
Yeah, but I didn't want to drain it. I just wanted to lick it. It's kind of just a residual thing that's on thing.
Okay. I'm just curious, that's all.
I got the siren powers that like to drink stuff, and I'm weird like that. And for some reason, things have a taste.
What's it taste like?
Max, did you say something?
What's it taste like?
Blue.
Uh,
raspberry.
it kind of tastes like electric purple.
It doesn't. Never mind.
I don't know what that means.
As it is.
What's electric purple taste like?
I don't know, kind of hard to describe that. If you think about what purple tastes like, and then you
Most
stick-
of us
and then you-
here at this table are incapable of tasting colors.
and then you sit there and, you know, if you lick a battery, or if you've ever been electrocuted, you guys have been hit by electric guns, right?
Shock barrel.
I don't think I have.
Oh.
Barry raised his hand. Do shock barrels count?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now taste that, mix that with purple.
Barry just kind of gets a contemplative look on his face as he contemplates the idea of electric purple.
Does it taste spicy?
More tingly, not spicy.
Like your tongue goes numb tingly? Because I heard that means you're allergic to something.
I kind of like that kind of tingle with no swelling or anything.
So a mild allergic reaction?
I don't know. Sitting there and just kind of looking at all the sides of the cube.
The cubed cube.
Whatever we want to call this thing.
Technically, it would be cubed to the power of 7. I don't know what that would be in a singular word.
Anyways. At the 7 cube. Any observations or feelings to get off of it aside from just the tingly of looking? We just
make a charisma check.
Let's use the blue and purple dice. They have a good amount of spite from that.
I don't like your phrasing there, my friend.
Charisma check.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So 22. Yeah, 17 plus 5, yep.
Okay. Let me see. What do you get from this bad boy?
Oh, my knee just popped and that felt amazing.
This is... I don't know. I'm debating how much you get for this, but I realize identifying shit like this is going to be a hard time. I'll give you a nudge in the right direction since you don't know Iridian Sect that great, but it'll help you give a nudge. You don't know what it is entirely, but you do know when you run your fingers over one of it as you're like messing with it, it slightly twists and blue electric lines suddenly light up and run down through what each of the little like engravings there, and it flickers and like a small bit of electricity crackles off before it stops.
See? Electric purple.
And your hair starts to stand up on it.
Clay, I did a thing.
Says Stone Cup. Why is your hair on end?
Electric.
Electric purple.
That would explain some of it.
It just did a little spark thing that ran along the lines in it.
Alright, that explains part of that. We might have to look at it, just like run another test or two, but the last thing I could figure out last night was it seemed set on some kind of absorb and release.
So absorb and release electricity, I'm guessing.
That seems to be the guess.
Cat.
I wonder if how well this would work with shields.
Like
Either wonderfully or horribly.
interfering with them, or
Interacting with them in general. I mean, like, I kind of if it absorbs electricity and stuff, but if you get shot with a shield, would it just kind of like take away some of the shield drain stuff?
Or could you use it to go and take down somebody else's shield? Just like, boom, really quick?
Or maybe recharge a shield? If it works like that.
I don't know. Not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, we have a few shields, don't we? We could probably go and test it.
I mean, we have shields on, but lightning stuff.
We could test it on a robot. Put a shield on a robot and test a robot.
The bar bot starts to slowly back away.
No, not you. We have our own tiny robots we can test this on.
I was fine where I can get to test. It just needs to be the Shocky Shock.
That's a big black cat outside, ain't you?
I don't know what that means.
Roll a
Oh, real life fact that's actually happening.
roll a d4 for me, by the way, Robert.
Okay. Oh no. Where's the 4? Okay, there it is. My bed sheets are dark blue and these. My bed sheets are dark blue and this is dark blue and purple dye, so I just sat there looking for where's the caltrop.
Bad combo. 2?
Oh.
Okay. Are you guys, in fact, testing the effect on this?
Do we have an electric thing to use? I don't know if any of us have electric
Crystal.
weapons.
I have
Crystal is
electric
right
gun,
there.
and I'm me. So
I can. Yeah, I completely. I was thinking of armaments, and I completely forgot about the
Electric
fact that
grenade.
electric crystal herself.
There has electric explosives.
just don't hurt yourself. I think just hand you my little electric pistol.
Did you have a little?
Don't
snack
hurt
there?
yourself. Hands her electric pistol that you damn well know she's about to shoot herself with.
Did you have a shock stick instead thingy?
I broke it.
Oh,
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, it broke. I need to ask Nessa to fix that later.
I'm assuming Nessa's in the bar and just been kind of like half dead over eggs. I may be wrong. Feel free to correct me.
Over eggs?
Everybody got stalker bacon and sandworm
Egg.
eggs.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of picture Nessa just like poking the eggs with a fork as they have a weird consistency, and
They're
just
too
like
runny.
poke them and the egg jiggle some.
They're a little goopy.
Yeah, we're also free, so I mean,
Nessa just poking it with a face. Barry, shh, don't say shit.
To be
Free.
fair, all Nessa's
Good.
food has always been free. So,
Oh no!
rich privilege.
There's someone paying for her.
Exactly, rich privilege.
she didn't know you had to pay for food. Until very recently.
I'm gonna electrocute myself outside. Anyone watch for science?
There he does. Barry raises his hand. I do.
Clay sighs and finishes off his like last bit of food and picks up his mug that he just got refilled with more coffee. I probably should.
Yeah, you know stuff about this. So does Crypto get to test the other one?
What other one?
The other thing.
What effects? You got distracted by the first one.
Oh. Right, there is a second one. I mean, well, I have to.
I mean, I can test the other one, but I don't know how well this one's gonna go.
Yeah, I'm going to test the other one simply because why not? And I'm here. And you've called me out on it. Because I kind of forgot I was silent for a second.
Lost in the eggs and bacon.
Are you going outside to see if you can mess with it, or are you staying inside to mess with it?
I'm going to go outside just to be sure that they won't break my gun. And while I'm doing that, I'll be messing with the other crystal.
Okay.
The other gem.
Isn't it like a Venn diagram, but two weirds instead?
Yeah, it's two rings that are like pushed up like against each other, like so there's like a plus on 2 points. So like it's like a like a full on plus at 2 different points. and the inside's still completely empty because it's just the two bands.
The Venn diagram of power.
Concentric circles or something like that?
Not quite. Concentric isn't quite accurate. How to put this? You know those coins that have a ring, and then they have another one that has a running through, and then they have another ring inside of it that spins?
Oh, okay. I see.
You have one of those where it's spun, so they're at like a hard right angles where they interconnect, but it doesn't rotate.
It's like the time turner thing?
I don't remember the time turner effect, I'm not gonna lie.
Harry Potter time turner thing, the little golden ball thing that's just...
No, I know what you're talking about, like the idea. I just don't remember what it looks like.
There's an inner circle that spins one direction, then the second inner circle that spins vertically, I think.
And yeah, similar. Yeah, it's just instead of that, there's only the two bands and they're stationary in that position.
All right.
So, Tanya's gonna shoot herself. I need you to make a wisdom check.
Me or him?
How much?
Like-
I reverse that. Tanya's gonna shoot herself. I need Crystal to make a wisdom check.
Is this similar to the other thing that I picked up or was handed? The little gem that gave me fire stuff.
No. Well, actually, technically, this is an artifact slot. So, yeah.
Wisdom check, you said?
For the moment, messing with this, if you're trying to figure out what it would do, it would unequip your fire one.
Yeah, I already had it unequipped because I gave it to Mr. Robot Tex, yes. To see what would happen. And I never re-equipped it.
Did anything happen? I'm trying to remember that moment. I don't remember that moment.
I don't think they went in and fully installed it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. I told you guys you had to install it on Tex because he's a robot. Thank you. And technically, he's a class feature, so it's not like a person equipped to get in this game.
He's like a person.
21.
A 21? Okay.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Here you go, Barry. You've been pretty good at this lately. Just go ahead and shoot me.
All right. Any particular area you'd prefer to be shot? Arm, leg?
Arm or leg, pretty good. You got a shield, so should be fine.
Evens are arms, odds are legs. It's a 1, so it's odd. Shoot him. I very carefully shoot her in away from the major veins or whatever that are down in legs. Yeah. And make sure it'd be a grazing shot if it does actually hit.
Okay. So the only thing that's important here for this discovery is as you're awaiting this, you can feel like it tints at the last moment as the bullet's about to hit, as the bullet impacts. And effectively, this is me saying you tint and you prepare. This effect costs your reaction. All right. Wait, hold on. Reaction is for something. This effect does not cost you reaction. The reaction effect is a different portion of this. I am sorry. Roll the lightning damage, the shock damage for me.
Me?
Yes.
But what do I roll?
How much is the shock die on your pistol? Thank you.
It's just a D4 of shock. D4 piercing, I think.
The piercing's not too important here.
Yeah.
1.
I appreciate it. So, unfortunately, it's not enough to trigger more, but you do notice as this happens, it hits the shield. Your shield takes the damage like normal. And you notice traces of the electricity as it arcs over are sucked into the little box on your side.
Ooh, neat.
It does not reduce the damage, but it seems to be taking something from it.
So I try this again, see if it does anything this time?
Feel free. While you're doing that, though,
actually,
let's give some...
4.
Okay. Sorry. So while that hits, that doubles up to 8 because of the shield thing. And you'll notice more of it sucks in. And you didn't notice this before because it was a steady one, but you almost notice as, like, it gains another, like, a deeper hum, like almost like another charge was added to this thing. Mechanically, watching this, guys, you just noticed, every 10 electric damage adds a charge to this.
Yeah, neat.
What does the charge do, I wonder?
Great question. We're going to give another person a second to figure theirs out. I want you to pick a direction, Thaddeus.
Pick a direction, like north, south, east, west, up and down.
You're just a direction in general. It doesn't matter. You choose a direction here.
I want to say northeast, but that's not actually northeast, so forward and slightly to my right.
Alright. You choose forward and slightly to your right as you're trying to figure out what this is. You're just gonna pick a thing that you'd be kind of be facing. It'd be hard to say with everybody walking outside. You guys watch as Crystal is messing with it. And then, like, hands start to glow with a little bit of that energy of normal siren stuff to, like, poke and prod. And then you watch as Crystal just suddenly starts to fall to the side. And Crystal, you fall all the way until you hit one of the buildings. And you're just... and you're just stuck against the wall.
Did they just change the side of gravity for them?
I like the idea of Barry shot Tanya. They're figuring that out, and then Crystal just falls in between the two of them.
Just
I was
flies
looking
between
at Tanya
as
to
Barry's
make
like
sure they
pulling
didn't
up.
do anything.
Barry
So-
pulled up and just shot, and then you between them and just smack it to a wall and are stuck just laying on the wall.
Why?
You okay, Crystal?
What is... What is this? What
Are you
happened?
sideways?
I don't feel like I am.
Do you feel like gravity is normal?
Stand up.
Can I just push myself up and stand up normally? Or
Yeah, you're standing normally. As of the moment, it feels absolutely normal and regular that your gravity is tilted. As far as you are concerned, you act as if you're walking on the ground while walking on this wall.
So everyone else, she just stands up on the side of the wall, not like normal.
so I have
Yeah,
to look
no,
up to
absolutely.
see everyone else. This is weird.
Yes. Yes.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
If you don't
How do you
like it, I'll
turn it
take it.
off? Don't go up. And by up, I mean towards the sky.
Could I go up? It's
Make a wisdom
from where I
check.
am.
Just because this is new, I want to see you make a wisdom check.
19.
Hey, Barry.
And you want to see if you can
You
go
go-
up?
Up,
You
not
just stand
as
and try
towards
to
the
catch
sky,
her
but
if it
my
goes
up.
wrong.
So
There goes
back in the
Skycatcher.
direction I was going. I was originally. This will be very confusing.
All right. Do you want to go back to being on the ground, or do you want to fly back in the direction you just came from?
Fly back in the direction I just came from.
You guys say that. He's like, don't go up towards the sky. You look as she looks up. Thankfully, up is at you guys, and bam, smacks into the wall of the nightclub.
I'm just happy they didn't smash into me.
Speaking of Barry, can you just go like stand next to her and like be ready to catch her if she points towards the
Yeah.
sky?
Shall I
That
just
would
give
be
you a
forever.
rope?
Going towards the sky.
That's how that works. And,
Hey, wait, if she goes up towards the sky, if she grabs someone, do they come with her, or is it just a tug of war?
You want to try it out?
Maybe inside
Sure.
of a building.
Barry goes and ties a rope to something. Sturdy, it's grounded into the ground.
I don't need to worry
Okay.
about that.
Offers hand. Let's do it.
I'm still standing on the wall, so can I go up from their perspective, which is
You wanna go towards the
backwards
sky?
from my perspective. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Grab his hand and you think about going up, and you both start to rapidly, like at the same rate you would learn to fall, and just shoot up towards the sky.
Barry's holding on to that rope.
Okay. This is interesting.
Barry would like to go and use his arm, his single arm, and the 2 legs to go and crawl his way back down to the ground.
Are you pulling her?
Yeah.
Okay, you can do so.
Because it needs to be tested. Can I just let go and drop myself back down? Like, point myself down?
You let go, and for a moment you start to fly up towards the sky before you just decide to go back down, and you watch as gravity, and you fall towards the ground.
I need to know if Barry's gravity switched.
But as soon as you let go of Barry while you were still going up, Barry immediately started to fall
I see.
back towards the ground.
Damn it, Crystal!
You like face plant on the dirt as you just start like crawling towards the ground, and then gravity reasserts itself.
So good to know. It doesn't affect anyone as long as you're not touching them.
But would it work if you were holding a rope? I was holding. Well, rope that's attached, tied to you, that I'm holding. Would you yank me up as well?
You've given me a toy. I'm going to test every test case.
Please.
We try it, Matt.
You want to like hold on to the rope and then think about going up again?
No. Instead, I'm going towards the wall of the building we were just at.
You fall towards the building holding the rope. The rope still acts under like the gravity it normally would, I think.
But what
No,
about
actually-
me? Who's holding the rope that it is tied?
I would
Standing-
say the rope would actually act like you, like it would act like falling towards the gravity like you have, right? But you just grabbing the rope, Barry, doesn't change yours. The rope just feels weird on where it's pulling.
Okay.
Stand next to Clay,
Come here.
fanning both of us. This is a fun morning.
I'm just going to walk down the wall and grab onto Barry.
Clay adds a bit more alcohol.
Do I go flying now that he's grabbed hold of my hand, Matt?
As soon as he grabs you, your gravity flicks over to the wall. Sorry, as soon as she grabs you, your gravity flicks over to the wall.
Interesting.
Wonder who the first bandit we're gonna splatter like this will be.
Yeah, right?
You fly with that? I wonder.
And I think at this moment is when the first charge will wear off and you'll onto the ground.
Note to self. It's limited.
I wonder if you could fly with that. I mean, after all flying is just fancy falling. Yeah.
You're not wrong.
I love those technicalities, Matt. What do you say?
I say that whatever direction you decide gravity in is the direction you fall.
Good thing fall damage is halved.
Good thing I can negate gold.
It still
entirely.
caps. It still caps at 200, 20d6. It just takes 400 feet instead of 200
It
feet.
takes
to do it.
400 to get there.
I wonder if going from a, rapidly going, okay. Say you're
Well-
rapidly going down, right?
Okay.
Use that to go on about, I don't know, 10 feet above or whatever, and you switch your gravity so you go sideways. Does that still count towards your fall thing, or does that break your fall distance? A bit. Like, can you use that to go and break the,
You keep your momentum.
yeah, do you? Or
Interesting
can you
question.
just, like, use that to go and limit the fall damage?
Interesting question. I'd say let's play with some fun of it and say there's like a little bit of momentum, but when you shift, it hard shifts your gravity, so it'd probably bleed most of it off.
I just
Okay,
picture
take-
Barry giving someone a fucking bear hug and just, we're going that way now. And
But,
just
like,
flying
basically-
200 feet into a wall and pancaking them.
Oh, God,
Basically,
what if I
you take
use
like
that
a quarter of the fall damage you normally would have if you shift at the last minute. Like, it reduces it a lot, is the idea.
wait. What if I take that, right? And I go just sideways with my gravity, and I go and smash someone's head in with the thing as I'm going past.
I mean, then it's like with the other fall damage stuff we do. You add your fall damage to your strike.
Oh, God, that sounds awesome.
Mr. Science, companion, associate, assistant Barry.
Shoot you again?
No, I think I got a thingy on this thing. I want to try punching you and see if it does a thing.
Alright, I'll walk over to you.
Alright. Just punch Barry in the chest.
Okay, so I need you to roll me you're thinking about discharge at the moment now, right?
Yeah, trying to actively
Roll
mess
the
with
D4.
thing. D4. Do. 2.
Okay, so you go to punch, and with that 2, you immediately just explode in a nova of shock energy.
Ooh, tingles.
And it just ripples through, and you roll 2d8 shock damage for anybody's shield in range.
How big's the range?
I think it's 15 feet. Let me double check.
Does it affect my own?
No, you are safe.
So it's a 2d8, you say?
That'd be 9
Yeah,
shock
Tanya
damage.
rolls 2d8.
Wait. Is it 2d8 per shield? As in...
No, it's 2d8 shock in the area.
I was
It's
gonna
not
say,
per
if you had
shield.
if you had a 2d8 per shield in the area, that could be... Ooh.
Was this
No, this was
reaction or
2d8.
anything, or just on hit?
That was this is effectively like an action. You're an action to activate the item.
Okay.
Alright, so... How much damage you get in my shield?
18, you're fine.
Yeah, no, you didn't even...
18 shock doubled to like 36 shock. Probably
No,
still
that
fine.
was not. 18 was after the double. It was 9.
Oh, it was after the double. Okay.
I have
Wait, yeah,
more
that's
shield
fair.
now.
2d8 can't mid 18. I'm a genius, guys. Can you tell?
Yeah. I wonder if it does stuff aside from electricity. Hey, Crystal, can you punch me with acid or something? Actually, or do you need a moment to recombobulate from? Just does like a gesture of like up, down, left, right.
I think I'm
Yeah,
centered.
15-foot cube.
You want acid, fire, cold, cryo? What do you
Let's
want?
do acid. Acid. We don't see that one too much.
Roll
Acid
Barry. To note, Barry was also shoved away from you about 10 feet.
Okay. Pushed back.
Oh. Certainly a lot of throwing about in this morning, ain't there?
Get the blood flowing.
Okay.
What did that roll? Or need to roll?
Got to roll something? Active hit.
I don't know. I thought Matt said Thad roll something.
I heard roll
No, I did it.
something.
Oh.
I was gonna have Barry do something, but I realize now. So you're gonna try a corrosive?
That was the request.
Okay. As you punch with corrosive, it just hits the shield and burns the shield away for a minute, like normal.
This may be a very specific and niche thing for the moment,
Are you
but I guess if it's someone's trying to break our shields, it'd be great. I wonder how long it holds a battery charge.
Also, don't those robots from the those vault things, guardian things, use electricity or something?
If they had really big shields, it'd be really good.
The Vault Guardians seem to use a mixture of force or shock, for the most part.
Yeah. Pretty good against them. Both get the shield down and gonna, well, go to use it.
Once the shield comes back up here in a minute, Crystal, could you, like, let's see if we can get this thing charged up and then just see if it goes, like, away over time or something. We don't have identify object. We're just sitting here.
No, I know you guys are gonna play with it. I'm not gonna. I was debating on moving forward here. I was gonna have you guys do every single option that would take forever. So, effectively, I'm going to make this the. We're gonna talk about the simpler one, which is the one that Crystal has. So, Crystal.
Yes.
You have something that has 3 charges. It comes back on a short rest. Let me know when you're ready for the more.
Oh, wait, I should actually speed writing this down. Give me a second. I forgot.
Yeah, this is your artifact that you have right here, or, well, it's just you have it right now. Whoever's going to have it can also write it down.
Yeah.
But I figured it'll get passed around, probably. A lot of equipment does.
Recharges. Comes back on a short rest.
Yes, on a short rest.
Okay. I got that.
All right, so the first use of it, you can activate it as an action, and as part of that action, and then on subsequent turns with a bonus action, you can shift what direction your gravity pulls. And and it's 1 charge to activate this, and it lasts for 10 minutes.
One charge to activate lasts. Lasts for 10 minutes, you said?
Correct.
Were there other uses?
There is another use.
Cool.
Also, costing a charge. Give me just a second to pull it up. Okay, so also on a charge, you can use it to activate it to throw it, and it'll start to the circles will start to spin concentrically with each other. Sorry, keep spinning in there, and it will create a small gravity well that pulls creatures to the center, and those 2d8 force damage. It is a Constitution save to resist.
You say 2d8 force damage?
Yes.
Constitution save to resist.
It's a con save.
Yeah, con save. Got it.
On a failure, they are pulled to the center and take 2d8. On a success, they take half as much and aren't pulled. It's also a 10-foot radius. And at the end of its effect, it warps back to your slot, basically. So at the end of the effect, it will come back to you. However, for obvious reasons, during the effect of one effect or the other, you can't have both active at once.
How long does the second effect last for? Is it just 1 round?
It can last up to a minute.
Okay.
And Tanya's. You know what, Tanya's? I'm gonna type because that's easier.
I have to just clean this up. Instead of just add words.
Sorry if that was a bit of a mess. I wrote it in bullet points.
No, that's why I put it down, man. I just need to add more bullet points.
Random. Any of the random town folks that just saw this shit.
There's your thing.
Are you sending it to me through text or Discord?
Discord.
Okay. Who knows when that'll
I've been trying to keep. I noticed we keep most of our stuff for the games in Discord. It helps out.
Yes, and with how much we message, Discord keeps it much more organized.
Yeah.
Well, that'll show up whenever it shows up, because Discord is weird when you're on a call messaging.
Also, I have to type it.
That sounds like time for us to bullshit and talk while you type.
Absolutely, keep going. I'm still listening. It'll just more we talk. Sometimes I'll have to stop typing to talk. I'm not telling us to stop the game.
Ooh, here was an important question. Where was Terry?
Terry was at breakfast.
Okay. Wait, so that just leaves Terry and Nessa just sitting there eating breakfast, half asleep. Everyone's outside. Everyone else is outside.
Terry's in there eating breakfast. Terry's in there eating breakfast. Looks over at Nessa as he looks out the window, and Crystal just flies by a couple times, obviously not obeying the laws of gravity. Looks over at Nessa. Is this a normal one?
I didn't know she could fly.
You sound very not shocked about that revelation, and I'm kind of concerned about that.
She has siren powers, man. I don't know what to tell you.
The last thing is that's true. It probably wouldn't be the weirdest thing that they've ever seen her do, would it, Matt?
No. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my eggs. I feel like that's safer choice. What about you? Like, eggs? You know what? These are some pretty good eggs. I'm gonna focus on that.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
So who do you think should get these thingies?
I mean, it would be the gravity one would be very useful for people to move about. Like, I mean, doesn't Bertram have a sniper rifle?
He's got a rifle at least.
Yeah, you could go and use that to go and get to pretty good places to go and snipe at. It'd be useful.
If we're in a cave,
Or,
maybe.
Yeah. What?
If we're in a cave, maybe. Then he can just sit up on the roof. And start from there.
Anyway. So, I mean, just going to walk up walls, you're going to shoot from. That'd be useful. I could use it to go and put more damage to my swings. Others going to use it to be, just move faster, I guess, if they want to free fall into somebody. So, I mean, Smeek is going to use that. Gonna make his pounces even worse.
You know how fast I could be?
Yeah, that could be pretty interesting.
You know how fast I could go?
Faster
Just
than a
grab
light.
someone and then shoot them up into the sky.
Yep. Or hell. Your entire
Or slam
possibly.
them into a
You
wall.
can just go and shoot me at the enemies too if you need to. Don't need to be the one holding it. Me or Smee. That could work well.
Yeah, Shmeek's been quiet. How is Shmeek?
Doing it. Sorry, I'm my daughter had a meet. Very cranky.
Fair. I shall use me to peace for a second then.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good now.
And even better,
Oh,
since
no.
Crystal's wants super speed, right? You can just kind of blink across the yard, right?
Say it again?
Crystal's the one with the super speed who can just use her ability to blink across the yard, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'd probably make a lot of sense for her to have it, just in case, like,
Super speed get
Okay.
people in and out of situations.
okay, like, say that you need to go and have me or Smeet go and deal with something, and you need us there now. Just kind of toss us at him. You need that guy to be out of the way so we can go. Well, there you go. Because you
Grab
just
him.
kind
And out.
Boom. of, and you'd have the speed to just be able to instantly go from one side to the other to go and do that. This could be very, very useful. Because, I mean, all of us could have ways that could be useful for us. But I think with Crystal, it would have the most use because she could use it on the most of us. If that makes sense? As the situation dictates. Am I making sense here?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I guess I would say have Crystal use it. It's just being able to throw a barbarian with a maul or throw a fucking Smeet at somebody would be very effective at a time. Yeah, for just a distraction. That would be one damn distraction. Oh look, there's a giant man there in armor. Poke him and he just goes flying off the cliff.
I just sent it, Robert.
Okay.
Good stuff on that one. Okay. Yeah, that's why I had to type that one. That one had 4 options.
Yeah.
So,
On the charge explosion, is it just 2d8 per charge?
no, it scales like the effect. So 2d8 for the base and then 1d8 after.
Okay, because there wasn't a little extra like tidbit on there for that.
Sorry, I mean, I did say that as it scales as the same as the effect listed.
Okay. So 2d8 for the first one and just 1d8 per extra. Got it.
Yes.
And that is a action to use the shock.
Yes.
Okay. Ah. While we have this awkward bit of silence and people figuring stuff out, I'm going to go to the bathroom for a moment.
Okay, I want to get back. He's gonna have his thing there when he gets back. Anybody else have the other tidbits?
Not really, no.
I just picture Bertram waking up to look outside the window going,
shoot.
what's happening? And Crystal's just flying around the place.
That's great.
We could go, it's Robert's thing, we could go ahead, but I was gonna have Clay basically approach and start asking, like, what's the plan? Yeah, we can start that conversation. Anyways, So once everybody calms down and comes back inside out of the heat as the sun starts to rise in the sand and people start to bake, Clay's gonna turn to the rest of you and be like, okay, so what is currently the plan?
Jesus shrugs. I need to go and get Dakin, but Dakin's not going to be on the planet for much longer. And he may or may not come back.
He is over an opportunity, which is within driving distance at the moment.
How many other places have shuttles that could possibly go off-world like that? In this area, I mean.
In this area, I don't know. I haven't been to the Sunken Sea very much.
I mean, just in general. Is there, like, a bunch of places that could do it, or is it just more like a niche thing that you need a big build-up for? Never tried, actually.
You just need, honestly, the hardest part is finding the ships and someone to take you.
Is that... Well, I mean, how hard is that?
I mean, hell, you could land... I've seen people, you could land a ship on a big enough flat surface.
So Dakin could also just go and call in a ship. But that would mean that... And then why would he... Let's think about see if we can... If we can't... Words are failing me, Matt. Words are just failing me. I was thinking of if we could sabotage Opportunity's spacecraft, he might not be able to get off planet, might be able to corner him. But if the fucker can just possibly call in a spaceship, which he probably could with the amount of money he has, and contacts or whatever, and I'm not going to put it past him to be able to do so, then that would not, in fact, be a guarantee. Possibly.
No, but very little is going to be a guarantee, first. And second, he is still going to Opportunity instead of just taking off.
So, I mean, we might as well go and try and... At least go and try and corner him there. He still has our shit. There's a key part, and he has my monastery relic. I would very much like that back. So that is my plan. But actually getting this group to actually agree to any set of plans is a bit perilous at times. I don't think anyone's any other ideas, so just try to wait for everyone else to wake up.
Well, just to toss it on the table, I guess. Last I know, this is Matt re-summarizing. I can say that, like, the ideas were Iridian runes, Opportunity now, and I believe you had Dad looking for Anshin something for you guys to jump into, or Lance something to jump into to try and get some info.
Yeah. A bit more vague, I guess. Is somebody getting text message or something in the background, or am I just hearing things?
Far enough away that you wouldn't be able to hear it. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm just not curious if I'm just like hearing things like.
It's not like it's a super loud thing.
No, it's just like. Am I
It's loud enough for you to hear it, and it's loud enough to be on recording, and I didn't want it heard.
You're fine.
All right.
Guess you gotta just wait. Someone wants to say something else? I have put my plan forward.
Bertram can join in at any point he wants as well, by the way.
I figure they'll eventually head out to the camper, at which point in time I'll get a summary. I don't really...
Valid.
Yeah.
I guess if someone else to do anything, I guess. I don't know.
We'll wait for Tanya to get back so she can chime in too, but at the moment, that's the current plan. That seems like the only current, two current solid plan to go forward with.
Alright.
Actually,
Either...
I'm dumb. Sometimes do dumb things. What color is this little robot?
Similar to the sheen of metal that a lot of them are made out of.
So just
So
like
a
yeah.
silverish metal, like metallic silverish. But silver is metallic. I'm an idiot. It's like a metallic gray mixed with a bit of a silver.
For some reason, these people had spray paint in this camper.
Yeah.
Do they still?
Yeah.
Is it just in
Yeah,
all
they
the
do.
colors?
There's a large variety of colors.
Alrighty. Naturally silver. I'm going to grab some red and yellow and just kind of give this thing a fucking hack job in red. And then in the yellow, I'm going to write Turing on it somewhere, because that is the name I came up with because its intent is to decipher shit.
Okay.
Just like silently out in the background.
Spray painting the new droid.
I was going to say, before Bertram proceeds to accidentally forget to open a window and gas chamber himself back into unconsciousness.
I am dead. Figure the sun will let it dry
As
faster.
Bertram slept another 3 hours.
Yeah.
So, since you're back,
episode.
quick summary. They were tossed out. The current ideas were, since the boat was trying to find some place for you guys to dig into for the Anshin/Lance out route, that one's not fully opened yet. The options were Iridian ruins or try to sabotage Dakin's chances at getting a ship in Opportunity.
And Barry is going for the plan to go against Dakin before he can escape.
Well, the Dakin's got a head start on everyone already. Yeah, we have the issue of actually, I don't know, are the rockets there like personal or is it public transportation? How's that work?
Bandit controlled city, so probably personal. I'm not there.
You're just hearing this in your head high on paint.
Weird.
Your awareness has transcended your mortal coil.
He's having an out-of-body experience.
Pretty much, yeah. But you can have some basic logic. That's a fair question. It's also a fair assumption.
You know, so you know how to sabotage a rocket? Just pop the head in and just pop the head into, unless people went back in there to reconvene for
I'm pretty sure everybody's still at the bar.
Okay, that's what I meant. Reconvene
Yeah.
in the bar instead of outside.
Sorry, I said that as you left before I said that, but yeah, I said after a while everybody reconvened into the bar after the testing.
Yeah, so you know how to sabotage a rocket. Max.
A rocket?
Well, that's just whatever space transport docking will take you off here. Do they have space
I don't
buses?
Rocket stuff isn't really my strong suit.
Think you could figure it out? At least the sabotage part.
There's one easy way to sabotage any
honestly,
space flight.
There's one way to sabotage anything that's a machine is you just taking a crucial part out of it. I just have to figure out what's a crucial part.
You can just forget to fuel it up. Or mess with this fuel.
What if they let it get? What if they let it get fueled up and then blow it up?
It might be more rockets.
Is rocket fuel flammable?
Yes.
Very.
I mean excessively flammable.
Yes.
You should know that.
Could we just burn the entire city to ash?
You killed a whole bunch of people.
They're bandits.
Your opening move in session 0 with
Oh
this
right,
is
we
Nate
did kind of
holding a bunch
spray people with a lot of rocket fuel, didn't I?
Yeah,
I forgot.
yeah,
Yeah.
you basically napalmed a bunch of people.
I thought that was Nessa doing that for some reason.
Nope.
But no.
So.
You were the mark. So are we just burning the town to the ground?
Not necessarily. Also, wait. If he gets on a rocket and then he blows the fuck up, we wouldn't know where to get your thingy back, Barry. Unless he has it on him, but then it might also be blown up. Although, it's your explosive monastery, that might be the highest form of praise, ascension.
Barry freezes and just his head just slowly starts to tilt to the side. Just kind of zones out, looking. Barry, no. Barry, don't know.
I wonder if I could steal a rocket.
You probably could if you knew how to fly it.
Fair, just to confirm something with people. Y'all are expecting like a NASA rocket, right?
Not really.
Expecting multiple,
Okay.
like,
Everybody's saying rocket. I want to make sure we're all in the same spot, that we're at like the shuttle spaceship style, not like actual like pillar rockets. Okay. I didn't want to disappoint
also
someone when we
thinking
got
more
to it.
like ramshackle trailers.
I just wanted to double check.
This is also the Bandit Space program. I'm expecting a fucking van with rockets strapped on it.
I was gonna say, your
I
own
was
spaceship.
thinking more trailer with rockets strapped on it, but close,
Just say
right?
your own spaceship. It comes with windows that you could roll down for a good breeze.
Yep.
So I'm expecting a bus just
I mean, we got force fields.
duct
They could
taped to
do
a
that
rocket or
possibly.
something. At worst.
I don't know, kill bandits, blow stuff up, get Barry's thing back from back and make sure he's dead or blown up or both. I'm okay with that, but we have to get there and before he can do whatever. Also, if it's a whole bandit town and we're doing something like this, aside from the obvious danger stuff, but danger stuff.
You know, we just disguise ourselves as bandits and then go in casually.
I meant that after we blow stuff out, we have to get
Wait,
out
hold
of there.
on. Just to toss it out there. Sorry. I zoned out for a second. It's a fucking bandit town. It might be like, give them $50 when you go in.
Why don't we
That's
leave?
$50. Or we leave. They might not care about the rock blowing up. Probably happens all the time. Probably just bribe them to go blow it up for us. We haven't met too many or talked to too many bandits here.
Well, I've met a lot of bandits.
Terry, you're a pirate. That's kind of like a bandit.
Rude, but fair.
He could answer questions.
I would like to think I have more style than most of them bandits.
But what is a pirate but a fancy bandit?
They really like booty and rum.
Presentation?
That's the fancy part.
Rum.
They speak different.
Yar.
They actually speak.
Not all of them. We got this poor little fellow. He's got 2 eye patches and no idea what he's doing, so he just runs and screams.
And you understand that?
Yeah, pretty well. He gets his point across.
That's a lot of Pandora, though.
Pretty alright, pretty alright.
They just run and scream.
I don't understand Pandora.
So, we heading out today if we're doing this. If we're doing this, probably the sooner the better.
Yeah, pretty well. Where opportunity is?
Is he flying out of opportunity?
He mentioned Cromwell told you he was rooting around opportunity trying to get a ride on a ship that was supposed to have been there recently.
Oh. I thought he was just trying to go hire a pilot and then take him somewhere else. To go fly out or something. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, Cromwell said that it was just going there. No, you have a fair idea there, but no, Cromwell said he was rooting around opportunity trying to get a passengers on a ship that landed there recently. He wanted to head to Promethea.
I feel the sooner we catch up to him, the better. Because he could expedite his desire to go fly out. Or
Maybe we should check. Maybe we should check the HoloNet to see if there's any offers up there, type of deal, like taking people for pay, or do you want to buy my spaceship thingy?
Free tourist rides posted on the EchoNet.
Bring your own meat.
Actually, Tanya, Barry, you've both been on Pandora a long while, right?
19 years.
Both
Born here,
rolled
yes.
history checks.
Is that a thing that exists? Is there
9.
just a marketplace for rocket rides? Space
Wait.
Uber?
Don't tell that.
Barry got a 3, so Barry knows nothing.
I'm pretty sure my history is 0.
Barry spent too much
Yeah.
time in his monastery.
Barry is
Barry
sheltered.
doesn't know.
9.
Barry's a sheltered monk from a monastery. But it's Pandoran monastery, so I mean...
I'm so sad. The DC was literally 10.
Tanya was a
Hey, we
few
have
years
play here,
younger when her incident happened for her new lifestyle.
I was giving it
There's
to you
some
guys
of
because you guys would have the epiphany. Clay's pulling a blank.
Barry's from a monastery. Tanya's a siren and has probably been a bit...
Tanya's been
Clay's
living in the
frying his
wilds for a
brain
few
caffeine.
years.
Okay, I'll ask this. Is there anybody else in the party that would have some general knowledge
Of Pandora?
of Pandora?
Above game.
Actually,
Yes.
hold on. Crystal, you stated at the beginning that Crystal was a huge, nerd and fan of Vault Hunters in the past.
Yes.
Roll a fucking history check. Maybe you'll get this.
Now, if I said I rolled a natural 1, would you believe me?
I would.
It's happened before. In this case, I rolled a history. What's my history stat anyway?
It's under intelligence.
Oh, I rolled a 10 on the die,
Oh shit!
and I have a
fuck yeah.
0. So I have a 10.
She can perfectly just stuff. Okay, so you know this from one of the previous bands that opened up some stuff and actually kicked off the whole infamous Handsome Jack incidents. A lot of times crafts aren't taking off and leaving from Pandora to go far, but there's many different spots on the planet that head to Elpis, where a lot of things shuttle off into the rest of the galaxy. So that's also a potential of what is happening.
Okay. You've given me information, and now I need to present it. After I was the person to ask the question about catching him before he left.
Or you do nothing with it. I'm sorry.
Or
Yeah,
do
but
nothing with
you know
it and
that
just
feeling
get
of
on.
like when you talk out loud, you ask the question out loud, and it jogs your memory. Kind of like that right now.
Do you know there's any like space hubs? I was talking about what do you call it? I called it space Uber. Spoober.
Spoobers.
It is now Spoober.
It's now Spoobers, and I will call it nothing else. I talked about the Spoober service. You serve like a hub that you might stop at for more, for lack of a better word, international flights. I wasn't really looking out the window on the way up here, so a nearby planet or moon, perhaps.
Are you saying we go and wait on the moon?
If people go fly to the moon, that might be the best way to go catch him if he already left. That's only if he already left. And then we have to leave almost immediately after he leaves so we can go catch him before he leaves the moon. Or the hub.
How much
Assuming one
money does it take
exists.
to go to the moon? How much money does it take to go to the moon?
How far away is your moon?
Looks outside. I mean, it's in the sky.
This is from Pandora. Can I just look up on the EchoNet how far away is Pandora's moon from Pandora? Or how much it costs to fly to the moon?
I feel like that one's more pertinent than the distance.
Yeah.
I feel like the distance is. Hold on, I have to Google.
One is a
That's
neat,
not good
the
at
other is...
astronomical distances. That's not good at astronomical
Also-
distances. You ask hard questions.
Also,
It's
Matt,
far.
the retcon thing in process. Is this our first? What was it? 90
We're
hour
gonna say
day on
you guys
Pandora?
woke up and this. Oh yeah. So retcon of process. I established it last time. We're gonna start this morning as the first like morning and the start of like the 45-hour day.
Right. Long days. Very
And long
days.
nights. Hold on.
How about the days in Promethea?
Don't worry about
Don't
that
be a
yet.
dick.
I mean, ID comparison for
Give me a
jet lag.
second. Give me a second.
Matt, keep doing
I
what
can
you're
only
doing.
answer so many questions at once.
Keep doing what you're doing. I'm just gonna go to the Borderlands wiki and see if it.
We're
answers.
gonna say it's over, like, it's for fucking the moon thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like 230,000 miles.
Why does distance matter?
I don't know, but he asked distance.
Distance didn't matter. What mattered was
You
the
asked
cost.
distance.
I did ask distance and I changed it to cost.
He's gonna find
Typical.
somebody who charges per the fucking foot.
Jesus.
They
my
might-
age.
$1 per foot.
50,000 per
Make
foot.
make an investigation check. Since you want to scroll the vast echo net.
I have a 19 total, I think. Unless I have 19 total.
I have your answer, Matt. For Promethea,
ahead and give
whenever
yours.
you're ready.
Go ahead and
Okay.
give yours.
So, on Promethea, the sun never sets and appears fixed in the sky. There's an irregular day-night cycle as asteroids move across the sun throughout the day. The sky is dim on Promethea, and the stars can be seen at any time of day, even in broad daylight.
Huh.
I am not sure how the physics of that work, but that is apparently what happens.
In that scenario, the only way to survive would be to live on the other side of the planet.
Isn't that where Jethro came from?
No, you came from Hephaestus.
No, that's where Crystal and Bertram came from.
That's right.
I'm assuming there's a second sun, and it's like a solar system where it's trapped between two different suns at this point.
It sits here. It doesn't get to move.
No, it's just stuck between the gravitational pull, and that way it's just daytime for everybody.
No matter where you are on Promethea, the sun is always in the same spot.
How does that work? Fuck you, that's how. Okay, pricing. So looking for stuff, just digging around, looking to see what you have, looking for options. There's not a lot of stuff just blatantly advertising on the net that you have rides to Elpis. You do find a singular service called Over the Moon. Because as you look at it, it seems exclusively what that service, that person can do is shuttle between Elpis and Pandora, not any farther. Hold on, they are based in... I need to find that town name again. And my phone froze.
Hollow Point? Question mark? Just toss out a random name that he might have saw something in.
That's what I'm trying to think, but you know that thing when you try to think of a name, a city, like you know stuff, but then your name immediately blanks?
There's also just only so many established cities in the setting.
I know. I wanna
Lynchwood.
Hold on. I know what I'm thinking of, but I can't fucking
Well, I don't.
Oh shit, no, you were right about Hollow Boy.
I'm a genius.
I was actually the one I had this
Well,
for something as an option.
Behold, Eric's amazing memory, once again. That was just stored in there from the last time you played Borderlands on console or PC.
I was just going through towns, but the fact that I picked it first was pure bullshit.
It was. That was absolute bullshit considering this is the first time I had to come up for anything.
Hey. My claims of psychic powers are only so much of a joke. But they are useless.
You actually
Invest more into the lottery.
that would make them useful.
At least you don't have it Bardock. At least you don't have it Bardock style.
Which,
Bardock?
ironically... Okay, I know where that's at now. Okay, I have it in my head. I know where that's at. That's gonna be a bit of a drive. But nothing incredible.
Well, he's only got.
I can't do it in days anymore.
He's only got at least like 40 hours on us.
Yeah, it's probably be up driving past Keepsake and back towards some of the wasteland again. And towards one of the like quarter reaches of the wasteland specifically. So math-wise, hold on, I was about to say how many days. I'd probably say like 2.5 days of traveling, so translate that to like 60 hours of driving.
You're acting like we have to worry about drive time.
Well, it gives you guys a time frame reference to for what goal you want to shoot towards.
Yeah. So, can we even catch him at this rate?
Not if you try going over there. But we're nearby opportunity, are we not? I don't know. if we're not
Opportunity is
either.
closer. It's like a day and a half.
And
No, it's probably more like just a day, just 24 hours.
Is it in the same direction?
And the over the moon guy is way out there, though. So is he trying to find someone else?
Well, reference here is, keep in mind, like we said before, he's looking for Promethea. The over the moon guy only goes to Elpis.
Yeah.
So if they're somewhat closer, like they said in might be an opportunity, well, that might be an opportunity.
Hey.
Hey. I've been waiting to make that joke.
Server mutes Matt forever.
Please, there's been worse puns.
Yes.
Oh, I have plenty more.
Please no.
Anyway, let's take this opportunity and let's get going.
So, what's the plan at the moment, guys?
Opportunity and Hollow Point, are they in the same direction?
It's not like quite the same, but going to Opportunity would still shorten the drive to.
Okay.
Like, it's not like a perfect along the line, but it's also not a horrible off to the side to go to Opportunity first.
Okay. I just want to be like 4 days behind if we went to Opportunity and then have to turn all the way around to go back to Hollow Point. If we're chasing after him, I suggest we just try to catch him before he leaves an Opportunity. Worst case scenario, we miss him and might be able to catch him on Elvis. I say might, depending on the prices.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Transporting 8.
Over the Moon charges about
$250.
$250 per person.
I mean, I can't pay for that for myself, so I mean, yeah.
It's
But you also
$250.
know $250 per person for Over the Moon. But everybody also knows how Pandora negotiations work.
Gun to head. We pay less now, yes? No. Shoot kneecap.
Anyway, let's
We pay
go.
less now,
Counter
yes?
offer. Counter offer. 13 skag pieces.
Let's go
Very
find Bertram.
Deal.
You guys say, let's go find Bertram. Take a minute, Tanya. You know, you have an idea of where to check. You open the door to the, like, RV trailer piece, and you just see, like, oh, that's paint.
Is he just unconscious in there?
Bertram's just sprawled on the floor, taking it, like, snoring a little bit.
Is
Wait,
he
what was
just
the last
higher than
time
a
we got
kite
paid?
however?
You guys don't do a lot of the money jobs.
We don't
Keep
do
stealing money off of
There's a reason I'm asking. Because I got the new recorder, I got the new box thing not too long ago.
Money boxing?
The new Echo thing.
Oh, I can, yeah.
Did the old money transfer or no?
Money comes. I thought we just had actual money, not.
You have bank
credit.
accounts exist in Pandora and the Borderlands world.
No, I thought they were stored. I thought they were stored in the Echo thing.
Wait, the funds from what? Just so I have making sure
Just
I'm on
like
the
I
right
was
path.
trying to figure out when the last time we actually get paid for something.
Last time we got
Also,
paid
if
for
he has
something, it was
cameras,
stored
we
on
need
the
money.
other thing. And then I divvied it out in potions a little bit ago. That's the last time we
Yeah.
got paid money for anything.
Yeah, money.
You guys have been
Like,
stealing
wasn't
money
that
off of
fast
stuff
with, like,
pretty
the Lancer
regularly.
thing?
That was the money that was divvied out in potions. The last time we went to a shop.
Yeah, most of you guys' money has been from looting bodies and stuff, and you've got a decent sum off of them, but you guys have also purchased a decent sum.
I only bought food.
All right, everyone in the van. Bertram will wake up when he wakes up.
It's not a... it's a truck and trailer.
Right, Barry gets in the back with Bertram, and I guess does Bertram look like he's comfortable with the way he's laying?
I'm pretty sure Barry is a master of anatomy and physiology. That is absolutely the angle that shoulder and neck should be at.
Barry's just gonna go like, is there like
The robot looks beautiful.
bench? Is there like a bench couch or bench chair or anything in there, or what?
There's literally a bed in there that's like a little thin fold-out cot bed.
Barry very carefully picks Bertram up and puts him on the bed and just like tucks him in. He needs to sleep.
Your neck won't have 4 knots in it in the morning, in this afternoon, Bertram.
I worry about that in 4 days when the sun sets.
All right, everybody get everybody up, ready, and about to head out.
Hey, let's go. Well, I mean, at least Barry's in the car.
Fair. It's a day's journey, so Opportunity isn't somewhere you've actually been before. You know where it's at, you just haven't been there before. So, like with most travel, who would like to provide something to the travel time to help avoid the dangers on the road and navigate to it well? It can be anything from survival for a better pathing, perception for dangers, etc., etc. Hell, it could even be investigation or survival for like pilfering gas or fuel if you needed to.
Can Barry just kind of walk outside when like is there a bit where there's like, I don't know, there's something blocking the road and just kind of explode and knock something loose from the road, the path? Does that count?
You could use though, yeah, absolutely. You could use something for explosives to like do that.
No, like Barry just like explodes normally, right? Can he just do that?
No, that's what I said. You could use like an explosive. Make it like a explosives kit check. You guys are on your way out. The path that you guys had previously took this way was barred from some kind of rock slide or something. Explosives kit is just for like the structural knowledge and using your normal explosions to try and blast a way through.
All right.
Does the electrical charge on the artifact go away?
It does not.
15.
Gonna have Crystal fully charge this thing at some point.
Wait, do I add anything to that demolitions kit?
Yeah, it's like wisdom and proficiency.
Wisdom and proficiency. Okay.
Honestly, yeah, over the time frames that you guys are driving,
Yep. Can't see shit.
Crystal could easily charge you up.
Just flick you every so often. Flick.
I will say, for like future things,
Like
for
18?
discovery it was fine. For future things, you'll have to take like in increments of 10. Like 5 damage won't help you any, but if you take a hit that does 10 damage, that's when it's charge up. You know?
Yeah, got to be 10 or more at a time.
Yeah. That said, if you take 30,
Like going,
that's
like,
3
take
charges.
3 here, 3 there, and then 4
Yeah,
there.
it won't nickel and dime. You got to hit the increment.
Well, that
But
makes
that
it
said, it
easier
needs
for
like
Wall.
30.
It makes it easier while the shield is up, but once it goes down.
Yes, that's actually a fair point for it.
Since we're doing this anyway, I can ask Nessa to fix my shock buzz axe. while we're traveling.
Absolutely. It would be a tinker check for that. Oh shit, I forgot something.
What?
Setting
Scissors?
it through. No. That's there, I remember that. She just needs a place to work on it. That's it.
I didn't know if the truck counted or the trailer counted.
No, the trailer doesn't have toolkits. If you guys want to upgrade the trailer with a full toolkit, you guys can do that.
This
If you
is
can talk. Play into it.
Clay's
Probably
trailer.
not that.
Yeah.
It's our trailer now.
Should probably
Is it
invest in
21
that
now?
at some point.
What?
It's 21, you said?
Me?
For your
No.
blasting kit check?
1-8. That's 18.
Oh, 28.
No! There's no 2! There's a 1 and an 8!
Ah, 81. Understood.
Yes, I got an 81 as explosive kit check. I blow up the
1.8.
planet. I absolutely.
Adjustment. I forgot for that third one that it can be upcasted, Robert. I sent that in the update.
Oh.
Sorry, I forgot that one could. So, all right. So, 18 is more than enough. As you guys hit a point, and Barry like walks around to the land side for a minute, looks at it, and then like focuses in, and then just like as he like directs stuff forward, as he's been doing more recently, just at a few key points as he runs down and it pulses, detonates the base, and lets the rubble like shatter and roll out of the way, and clears the path for you guys. All right. So, as we're doing this, let me roll back my notes to something that I'm so glad I didn't toss away. As you guys are on, like, one of the points where you guys stop to rest is you're pretty close. You get, like, you start driving north, you leave the desert. You head back up in towards more, like, the arid wasteland, so still hot, still not humid, still kind of rough. But better than it was. And the sand gives way towards hard-packed dirt, dust, and rocky walls again. A lot more junk and torn up buildings, yada yada, along the way. As you guys go down and wind your way through this path, making it way, you guys stop for the night at one point as you hit the like edge of the highlands, as you're in the like slight shift from arid towards higher climate, where it's like starting to cool off a bit, and you're starting to get more like greenery popping up. Clay needs to stop because he needs to rest. Although I suppose other people could drive to make it continuous.
I don't know if Clay would trust anyone else here to drive, though.
That's what I just stopped to think about. Every time he's seen anybody else in a vehicle, they've ended up crashing it or messing it up somehow.
Yes, I can drive.
You're the one who introduced Clay and told Clay you've driven one time before.
Yeah. She just has to have adult supervision. Someone over 25.
That one time.
We don't count. None of us count.
No one's over 25?
Barry's from Pandora. Barry doesn't count as adult supervision.
Never does Barry count. As far as the law is concerned, Barry has the legal rights of a 13-year-old.
What if Tex drives?
He's more likely to be allowed.
As you guys stop for some rest for a while, and Bertram finally returns from his pain coma.
But Barry does not count as a
no.
Barry does not count as an adult by the definition of the law, because Barry's from Pandora.
Clay's gonna bring something up as you guys are at the as you guys are resting. He's like, so, question for y'all.
Yes.
I tried to get your assistance before with perhaps robbing or stealing something from the city. If we finish off your goal and still have time in the city, would anybody be up for that again?
We robbing a
We're
bank?
in the area, so I mean, might as well.
Well, it might be in a bank now. I don't know.
I was down for it first time.
It's a problem.
Bringing it up as a potential.
Well, I mean, if we're in the area, we might as well. Also, the fact that we might be there early, or we might be a bit there too late. By the way, I mean, if we're there early, well, then we have to have something to do with our time, right? And if we're there, well, we can always do it after, if he's there.
If we're there early, we should go sabotage their ships.
Well,
We don't know which ones would be able to do it all.
Sabotaged all the ships.
How many ships would that be, though?
that's a lot of also uninvolved people.
Yeah, and they might get angry. And as more chance of we do it, the more chance of failure.
It's a bandit town. I'm sure someone's done it before. Considering Pandora.
Now, I will say there is a downside with this robbery.
Yeah? What is it?
We may or may not be stealing from somebody who perhaps runs the city.
So they're all going to be mad at us anyway.
Well, I mean, they have the people from we have an entire ancient company head angry at us for some reason.
Okay,
it's not exactly
yeah,
like a few bandits are gonna be that much more dangerous.
but that head of whatever the fuck hasn't headbutted a fucking thresher and made it stop.
Yeah, but they have armies. Single person we can take, or run away from.
So you're saying Barry needs to practice his thresher headbutting?
I mean, that's a possibility. Do I need to? I'm sure I could go and get my I could go and direct my explosion to come out my forehead.
Yeah, no, last thing we need, let's practice that. Yeah, hey, Bertram, do you want to grab the fucking hammer and swing it at Barry's head? Have any of you seen a thresher?
I think I got 8 by 1. No, it's a sandworm. Did I get strikes?
That's not you've seen a thresher.
Exactly one person here has met a thresher as canonically as far as I know, and he got 8 by 1, and that was Schmeat.
I was gonna say, have Tanya seen one? I don't think she was in the right area.
Roll a nature check.
Barry raised his hand. Do sandworms count?
Didn't
No.
Smeet meet up with Bertram with the
I thought it was
stretcher on the back of the
nature.
truck? The dude that saved him?
Schmeat met up with
Oh yeah, that's right. No.
Barry
by someone.
and
I always
Barry
forget
got
that
out the
nature
truck
of
and then
a
they
bird.
drove to the alcove where you guys met Clay.
Yeah, I thought they put the
Always-
thresher on the truck.
Yeah, there was one.
I always forget that nature is
Oh yeah, he has seen one. That's fair.
intelligence.
Because this is like the intellectual
Yeah.
class
14.
phylum order. 14. You would know what a thresher is. You would know a thresher sometimes isn't a big problem because there may be a 3 to 4 foot tadpole snake kind of thing that burrows through the ground. Other times, threshers are about 45 feet long and have 30-foot tentacles that come off and can crush trucks.
That just raises the hand of Tanya
Some of them
raising her
can
hand
even
at Clay.
create wormholes.
But how big of a thresher?
How big was his thresher?
Yeah. Size kind of.
Yeah, I stopped counting once the tentacles erupted around it.
Okay, so that's one of the
We
big
just
boys.
poison him?
It's a big boy. But in fairness, he does keep that locked in a pit, from my understanding.
I mean, can we just poison him first?
What if we throw him back in the pit with it?
I don't know.
Anyways, sounds like you want this to be more of a hit and run thing, which we can still probably manage.
We could deal with that and then go on, as we're on our way out, to go and do it, yeah? It sounded like we would definitely have to be on our way out.
Absolutely fair here. Dakin is the priority for this job, I understand. There's a side benefit, and this isn't for free. I would pay all of y'all for the assistance with stealing.
I mean, that is a wonderful reason to do it. It's been a while since we've had a paying job, so I mean,
if anything, we also do kind of owe you because you give us travel and we eat your food.
yes.
I mean, give us travel, you eat my food, but you also keep my ass in one piece when digging in places where things want to kill me.
Which I mean is a fair point. We are doing a
So
bodyguard
I
service,
consider the
effectively.
travel and the food pretty much like an equal payout for that, you know? Does that make
Kind
sense?
of our original,
Yeah.
kind of our original agreement. Somewhat there, yeah.
I like
Yep.
not being killed. And you guys are good at making stuff not kill me.
And you're also very good at actually having a way to get about places. Unless you might not.
Best
Yeah,
and
that's
best.
So how's all this sound to you?
Essa? Max?
She's got it on mute. How's all this
Yeah.
sound to you?
We're gonna rob someone?
After
Yep.
the Dakin thing?
If we have time to.
We're gonna rob somebody for clay.
Hmm.
I'm even get paid for it.
Might be a big thresher thingy, though.
I mean, if we're getting paid for it.
I mean, finding a thresher sounds fun to me, so I mean.
That said, Nessa, I am obligated to tell you, if you see something pop out of the ground like a giant fucking snake, and then a bunch of other snakes that pop out of the ground that actually are its arms start swinging, you need to get the fuck out.
What?
Yeah, you need to get out if that happens.
A
Look up a
snake
thresher on the
with arms?
Look up a thresher on the HoloNet so you can get a picture of what the thingy is.
Thresher.
He's got a big one. Bertram, you out of your paint coma yet, or are you still kind of high?
I just don't have anything to add.
How you feeling?
Cough. Cough, cough.
When he coughs,
Coughs,
does it
you
have
actually
like
see
a
some
red?
fucking like red pop out, and it's not blood. It's just a fine slight mist of paint.
Is there like a fan in here that I could just like point at him?
You guys are outside camping for a minute because
What? I thought we were inside the trailer.
This was
no,
for the
Clay
night.
stopped because he needs to rest some. Well, not tonight, but
I feel the need to ask, what is it that you want us to steal?
Didn't you tell us before? Something like a vault something? Or is that just iridium something?
Because the last time I was asked to transport something, it was a full person.
it's not a person. I
Okay.
can say that. I can say that one. It is.
Just gonna give a little wave.
I was not referring to you, but now that you say that, the last two times I've been asked to transport something, it's been a full person.
Not a person. I can say that.
Can you say it?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, well, what is it?
Big, little.
You be held in one person's arms? Do you need 3 people to carry it?
If Nessa goes on the EchoNet to see what a thresher looks like, that. And it's like up to 45 feet long.
It looks like a whale.
kind of like a whale.
A whale with a bunch of tentacles.
You wanted to steal
The
a
whale
thresher?
snake with. No, but that would be priceless if we could steal that thresher.
So what are we feeling?
A translator?
Oh, so you can speak to the aliens.
Well, not really speak to them. It would help to go the language because I'm. Well, you know what? Full disclosure, I'm still kind of guessing on some of that language.
Better than our guesses.
I mean, it's better.
I would say I have about a 45% grasp on the language.
Why would a random bandit lord guy who headbutts threshers need this thing?
Why would any bandit need most things? But it's shiny and it looks iridian.
Well,
Is it a
normally they
robot?
then.
For the prestige, then.
Do what?
It looks good.
A lot of times they eat the things then, though. Or just wear
the
them on their
stupider
head.
ones, anyway. The stupider ones. Like,
This one hasn't yet, so my best guess, for what I've heard, he's left over from that being the old Hyperion city. So he might have had a bit more in his head before things went south.
So it is a robot. Of some type.
No, it's a translation device.
Any idea what it actually looks like?
That's a great question.
Wonder if
Not
we just-
exactly.
Wonder if he's stupid enough if we just ask him, he'll say where it is. Or say where or not it is. Or it isn't.
I have a couple guesses, but probably asking some people around town might be a better way to start. I had actually gotten a lot of information and stuff for the job before I met y'all. So I have not gotten the most done for that. So, like, everybody's okay with, like, maybe this idea if we have
Yeah.
time after the DAC thing.
Sure.
No problem here.
All right.
No complaints.
How much chaos you think it'll be if we kill the big guy?
He just waves his hand like in the vibe. Depends on how long it takes for someone to start killing everybody else off and putting the fear of whatever the fuck they are in them.
Do you think they have Thresher Pit death matches?
Probably.
Do you think it's the kind of where they get like a thin line and stand on it and you can get thrown over, or is it just the loser gets thrown to it?
Well, from the best of my understanding, he likes to chuck 2 people in the pit and let them go.
Think we could win money off of Barry in a cage match? Or Schmeat?
Gives a hand wiggle, possibly. Depend on who I'm up against and what the rules are. The fuck
Probably
was
just
that? A whale?
We just took a death.
Monster?
Terry raises his hand.
Yes.
So if I happen to see a giant snake with tentacle arms, can I also bail?
Yes, while running, screaming that there's a thresher right over there.
I can do that. I can do that. All right.
As long as you go and make us aware that there is one there, we're good. Because we're also going to be bailing. But, yeah, no. Just don't let us sneak up on us.
Just so that I'm entirely aware of what's happening here. Going to opportunity, because Dakin's supposedly leaving from there. When we get there, and he is obviously gone, because he has a head start, and why wouldn't they be gone? We're then going to pivot to some sort of a theft of a translation device. Yeah?
I mean, he's still doing fine.
Yeah, okay.
The book,
Cool.
We'll passage off, but a bit of time. I still have to schedule this flight. After all, there's still travel in between planets. Probably not an everyday thing.
I have
But
to
yeah.
wait for someone to come back from somewhere to actually get picked up.
Yeah. So we have decent chances of him still being there, but it's a bit of a coin flip whether or not he will be there or not. But either way, we can go do his job, get paid for it, and then leave. And use that money to go and possibly go and see if we can beat him there. Spare. Also, you know, escape route. Oh. Sorry, the paying job is would probably be pretty good for our wallets, now wouldn't it?
Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that route, not gonna lie. And I suppose anything else for anybody?
I have a weird question. And I understand it's a very weird question, and you don't necessarily need to answer it, Clay. But
Freaks
how does your engine work again?
Oh, that's not a weird. Did I not tell you? I thought I told you already.
You did, but I just want to be clear on something.
Oh, okay. So, you know those big ass energy cores they power like force fields and other things with?
Yeah.
I stole one. And I messed around with the engine and I shoved it in there instead of gas.
I mean, if it works, right?
So you're running your car off
And-
with the energy it produces.
Not quite. It's just that things are meant to power huge force fields, and mine's not a huge force field, so it lasts a long time before I have to recharge it. Or I have to get a new one.
Pat, this here is an EV now.
Have burned some iridium to generate charge on it before.
Are you to burn iridium to charge it?
No, I don't have to. It's like an emergency thing I've done. It also still has like gasoline functions to an extent to like crawl me to places if I need to go.
Pat, this here's a hybrid.
This is a hybrid. I don't know about y'all, but I got fucking tired of stopping to try to raid a bandit spot for gas. I got shot in the ass last time, and I was like, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah, it's kind of a day-to-day thing with the motorcycle there. Go to one place, kill someone, get some gas. You know, you got enough gas to get to the next place, kill them, take their gas.
I see. I thought you sold like an energy source, but like an engine type thing that just has something to do with iridium.
No, not really. I just electrocuted myself playing engineer.
You have like a gauge that shows you how much charge you have left?
Yeah.
I'm assuming right next to your gas gauge.
No, it kind of is the gas gauge, actually. Just didn't want to hook anything new in there.
Cool. I asked because I was going to ask if there's a chance you'll let us just siphon some energy off of that.
For what?
For siren things. Because if it's the same as what's in the ruins, I can get a supercharge from that.
It's not. It's just like normal power core.
It's normal electricity, not alien electricity.
It's just normal electricity? I thought it was iridium based.
No, like normal industrial grade power core.
No, he said he used some iridium to charge it.
To charge it, so I assumed iridium
jump-started it. I burnt the energy from iridium to jumpstart it at one point.
Fair enough.
No. It ain't a giant iridium core. That would be cool.
That's what I thought it was.
But I haven't found anything that big.
Like if we hooked the trailer up with an iridium core, we could truck into space.
That's a good idea, and we've blown up a couple of iridium ruins, so we might be able to just go find one.
You know, you might want to look into how the people on Elpis stay alive before you do that.
Did something happen to the people on Elpis?
They live on a moon with no atmosphere.
I assume they just use solar panels, and lots of them.
No, I meant like if you want to take a non-sealed vehicle into space.
He means the air.
Oh, the air.
People kind of choke and die when they run out of air.
Yeah, it's kind of important.
A little bit. Okay. He's like, well, I'm gonna go get some sleep so we can finish the drive shortly.
Or where are we currently?
Probably like 4 or 5 hours out. But Clay's been driving for a long fucking time, and he needs sleep.
I mean, I can always drive.
No offense.
I'm great at driving.
But every vehicle I've seen you drive, you have crashed.
How many of those times was it only me in the vehicle?
Every time I've seen you at the wheel of a vehicle, it has crashed.
Not every time. There was the one time actually you weren't there. No, you were there. Outside the Winter King's place where I crashed into a wall.
I was getting ready to say, where you crashed the giant vehicle into a wall.
Bertram was in a demolition derby on TV.
He didn't crash until he got sabotaged.
And then,
Even then, he still kept driving.
I'm not giving it to the man recovering from paint fumes.
Well, sounds like nap time for everyone then.
Also, fair is probably good for everyone to get some sleep, considering what tomorrow is going to entail.
Running through a city full of bandits, looking for one person who may or may not be there still. If we can't
Yeah,
find
look
them,
for
we can do a
giant-ass-
vault.
Look for any spaceships and see if that's a good start, I guess.
Are there
Come
no
to the-
skyscrapers?
Come into the town and ride as all the spaceships take off all at once.
Well, that'd be unfortunate.
In the formation of a middle finger.
I can
Also,
see him
yeah,
doing that
there's a
too. He's
couple-
that petty. He's that kind of petty. Remember the
And yeah,
tiny
just to answer
bomb
your
with
question,
the
there's
middle
like
finger?
3 skyscrapers left in that place, I think.
I'm going to de-piratify my armor and banditify it instead. Because
Valid.
I have these things for a reason.
Exactly.
Will Tanya's camo cause any issues?
Not really.
Probably not.
Not her normal one. Her nice one might, but her normal ones probably won't.
Her nice one's not getting brought out.
That's fair. Just saying. So, everybody take some time, take some naps, take some sleep to not have any problems there. Next day comes. Actually. Yeah.
Time to go ahead
Yeah.
and fight a thresher.
You guys rolled safety for travel, so that's fair. That accounts for this too.
A couple minutes. I need to take dogs out real quick.
Okay. Do you want a small break while we... I guess while he takes dogs out, small break, and we'll pick up in the morning as you guys arrive at Opportunity.
At or in?
You guys will arrive at the bridge to Opportunity.
Gotcha.
But okay, give a small break while everybody can go to the bathroom, get drinks, let Medina take the dogs out, all that jazz. Then we'll pick up as you guys fit. As you. I can't tell what you guys can hear 'cause that's loud on my side. As you guys we'll pick up in the morning as you guys finish the drive to Opportunity to the front gates. So, as you guys start to arrive here, you drive up to the... You guys drive up to the edge of this, like, lake here. God, sorry, now that I'm sorry, I'm distracted there. And you guys driving up to this, you see at the base and stretching out off into the distance as you drive up to the shore of this lake, like a fairly steep way up as you're going down one of the few paved road areas in the Highlands. And since it like slopes up like the genuine proper paved road. Going up it and onto the bridge here. These like long stretching, you can see it from here, it's like maybe 40, 50 feet up off the ground as you guys start to climb up, and it continues off a long distance into the lake, almost like a good half mile in. But before all of that becomes important as you enter up, you come to the top, and there are like some of these barriers raised up out of the ground. And next to it on either side seems to be like these little like booths that have a number of bandit people in each one. As you pull up to a stop, walk out, and like one of them walks over to you guys, a like tall, like scraggly lady. Alright, you want entrance to the city? Business?
I think it's cutting you off bad, Matt, at the moment.
Sorry. What did I cut off so you guys? What do I need to... Repeat.
It just sounded like there was a pause, like a big pause after you said one line with her.
Oh, I just said it and then it... Okay, there was no pause on my end. I said it and then you guys came through. Just walks up. Alright. Business for your entry to the city.
Does she look vanity?
Oh yeah, she's got like half slapdash clothing, beaten up weapon in her hand. Has the hair that looks like it's been cut with basically like a random like dollish knife or hatchet. Like blood and some grime all over the face, all that fun shit. No, this is definitely a bandit.
Okay. Roll down the passenger window. So you got this or do I?
I could not hear that. The thing surged up at the same time.
You got this, Clay, or do I?
You know what? You have fun.
Oh, yeah. So, someone stole some of our stuff and they came in here. So we're probably gonna come in here and kill them. And, you know, that thing. But also Thresher test matches.
$60.
Also, when's the next death match? I want to see someone get thrown in the pit.
Give it like 3 hours?
That's pretty soon.
Yeah, it's pretty common here. It's pretty common.
Anyone else up front? Or is everyone else back in the trailer?
Actually, you might have to mute some when you're... That's getting like really loud and staticky on my side. I can't hear people.
I am muted.
No.
No? They keep picking up the fan through your mic.
My mic's muted though.
This mic that you just said that into, that we heard?
Well, I'm at muting. I'm muted on my mic.
It's been going the entire time.
It only started like right around the break, though.
No, it's working. It's muting because you can't
That
hear
would
me when I
stop.
mute.
No, there it's back.
That's when
Well, it's been going this whole time we've been trying to talk, too. What the heck's happening, then?
I don't know. My guy turned off the fan too. So
No longer hear it now.
What the heck? That's very confusing.
is it just when I'm muted?
Might be a shaky port or
Fine
something.
now.
Haven't had anything since it. Who else is
Okay.
up front of the vehicle?
Weird. Very weird. That is up to you guys.
Not very.
Better chairs in the back.
I'm always sitting in the back.
It's genuinely sounding like it might be two of you.
Yeah, it's just been Clay and Tanya for up front. All right, 30 each.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, that works. And he like pulls out his wallet and just starts rifling through. Pay her, and she's like, "Thank you very much." Turns around and says, "All right, let me in." She's walking away, counting and just walking through them, and the gates just down. They like spread out until they close. They like open up, like a fly trap or something like that, and then they lay down on the ground, and you're able to drive over the bridge. As you accelerate on and down the way, you guys continue down this, and it takes a good like 5 minutes Nah, probably not full 5 minutes. Probably like 2-3 minutes to drive down the whole like half-mile length because you can't pick up too much speed. With some of the other traffic coming through the other way, you don't want to get going too fast and hit that. As you need to pass some like other technicals and other such.
Do they have turrets or anything set up defensive-wise on the bridge?
Make a perception check.
I don't know if that'd be something easy to see. Just big old bandit turrets.
Remember, this was the Hyperion city.
That's the Hyperion. Well, could have been banditized. 15.
15. 15 is enough. You can see where some of the mounts were, might be digistructed turrets, like would pop out once activated. There was some at the stop at the front with the gate, and then periodically along the bridge.
Well, I hope those don't work.
Maybe every 100 feet or so. As you guys continue to accelerate in, as it starts to crest, you guys can see, like I said before, 3 towering skyscrapers that reach up over the rest of the city that stretches down into what seems like a lot of like sloped topped buildings and steely gray construct with a surprising amount of plant life. Just kind of from here looks nice. With the fact that you guys can also see off to one of the sides what seems to be like parked in somewhat floating or hovering in the water's edge or just down in the water for buoyancy is a fairly large spaceship. But that is currently the only one you can see as you guys approach. This is welcome to opportunity as you guys get closer and drive over the final like stretch of the bridge and into the city. And it is a bit of a madhouse. Probably like much similar to when you guys were up north and visiting the Tundra King. There's people going in and out of establishments. Everybody here looks a bit more rough, raggeded down, worn and hodgepodge together. There's deals happening in back alleyways, people playing the worst card games possible. Very, shall we say, interesting smelling foods wafting over the air, along with a lot of other more scents, like very acrid ones that bite into your nose, or that like oily, like, I'm trying to figure out how to describe that. It's really hard to describe scents, by the way.
Yeah, for someone who doesn't have much of a sense of smell, yeah.
I just realized I said an oily scent, because that makes sense to me, but I don't know if that's how that works.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the smell of freshly killed bandit in the air.
And that's where I was getting to, and it like slightly like coppery tang to everything.
I kind of like the air here. Think you can get us to the dock? Sorry.
Nope, go ahead.
Think you can get us over towards that the rocket dock thing there, Clay? That looks kind of like the thingy that we were looking for exactly.
As he's looking around, I don't think I'm going to be able to drive very far into opportunity here. As he's looking around, and you guys are realizing another fun tidbit of opportunity. It wasn't exactly set up with roadways in mind.
Yeah. Pull up the communicator. Hey. Seeing the rocket thing coming in on the way in. We should probably get out and get there quick. Clay says it doesn't like he'll be able to drive us much further. Also, Thresher deathmatch in like 3 hours, if we want to go see that.
Sounds interesting. As long as we aren't the ones in the deathmatch.
Deathmatch against who?
I don't know, it's just people in a pit fighting. And they get thrown to a Thresher, I'm assuming. See there and go check.
Possibly us.
Possibly us. Anyways, we should go check on that rocket first, though.
All right. any preparations people would like to make before they take off into the city?
No covering of the tattoos or anything?
Yeah, that's just rolling the sleeves down.
Fitting the
Valid.
robot into a cupboard.
Just why won't you fit?
Just shit stomp it like Nessa did to that body in the glove box.
Jesus.
Do I still have my bandit mask?
Yes. Once you got rid of it.
Put that on. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna put that on. Put on a new shirt, baby. If I burned the sleeves of this shirt, I don't remember.
I mean, if you rolled your sleeves up while you were in the desert for anything, probably so. You're good.
Cool. Just roll them down, cover the tattoos.
Would it work if you got extra tattoos around it to help disguise it more? As long as you're not using the power anyway.
I'm sure it would just burn through the ink.
No, not on the tattoos, around it. To like help disguise it instead of just being like blatantly, that's a siren's tattoos. You have like, you know, full sleeves over everything. Like,
The whole
if
arm
you aren't using
glows
your
with power.
powers, then I mean, well, yes, if you're using your powers, then yes. Obviously they're gonna glow, but they aren't using them. They don't glow.
You also just draw on yourself with Sharpie, and a lot of people just go, oh, they're just pretending to be a siren because they go, oh, they smell like Sharpie.
That works.
It does.
That's a much
Why is it a
shorter
shirt
term
on?
version than I was thinking, yeah. Fine.
Yeah,
A
but
bunch of people have tattoos.
if it's Sharpie, you can just doodle whatever you want, though.
Yeah, but you have to keep putting it back on, though.
Yeah, but you have to actually go get a tattoo person if you want something good, and hit and miss where you find that.
You can have fun with that, though.
I can make a bone needle and give it a try with some ashes. Make bone black.
I don't know if I trust you. I want to be me again the tattoos. And hide the siren ability. Siren tattoos.
You can always test it on a random bandit. Also, we should probably get going.
Yeah.
I feel like this is as like Clay's just like in traffic, like honking or something.
Because you're like, what the fuck? I was parking there. As you guys look over and he's over there trying to back a fucking trailer and truck into his spot, and somebody else just like revs and slides in with a outrunner.
It's okay. We can just go and get out and flip it out of the way. Just full on Pandora.
Barry and
Well, that's bullshit.
and just flip.
Flip it over the edge off the city. You don't get a car anymore.
Can I? Can I?
Wait, are you?
Can I? As in, can I actually go and flip the car like that?
If you and Schmeat do it, you guys could probably flip the car and push it.
Alright. Hey, Schmeat, we're doing a thing. It's okay.
No! As
What are we
as
doing?
the person that was in it gets out and flips off. Flips off.
No. Can
Play
they
as he walks off.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Barry opening the fucking trailer door.
Like, let's go, bitch. Wait, are you actually gonna push this, like, the good, like, 60 feet to the edge and off?
Can we roll it off first, or can we just have to?
I thought they were just gonna like just flip it over upside down to get out of the way for Clay to park.
No, I was too, but then he said he wanted it off.
I didn't know there's an edge right there.
You guys just came into the city. It's like 60 feet away.
Is there anything in the way to gonna block us from being able to just do that?
Not really. You could probably reach in and fuck up, like just unlatch the parking brake or something, and roll it and push it off.
We're doing that.
As you blatantly say like 5 people here who watched him get out and leave, and then watch you get in and just crank it open, and then you guys just start to push it, and they're just like, huh. $10 says it's going over. That's a stupid ass bet. I'm not betting that.
Not out even notice.
Do what? Well,
The guy
have
that
you
got
roll a
out even
perception check. No, he got a 3. Actually, no. He got a 3 and he's a normal bandit on here, so he got at least like a 2.
Honestly, my plan for if he said anything was going to pick him up and toss him over the edge with the car.
Get
You
in.
guys just make an athletics check to see how well this goes. You and Shmeet both.
Yes.
Wait, if him and Shmeet are
19
pushing.
plus 7, so that's 26.
Wait, if him and Shmeet are both pushing, who's helping steer?
I can have one hand to go on one side, have one on the front near the.
Oh, fair, true. Okay, reaching in and
one on
steering
the-
it. That's fair.
Yeah.
Does Shmeet help him push then?
Yeah, wait a second. Let me get him a dice.
Fair. Athletics.
The most important dice roll of this game. Shoving this guy's car off a
This
cliff. Wait, no, this is going off a cliff. Crystal should drive.
I'm good at throwing cars off of cliffs.
You are good at that.
Athletics.
Yes. I don't know if you ramped it fast enough. You could probably ramp it back to the mainland, Crystal.
Fuck. Please.
And you guys get a nice view on the inside. This man has spent some money on this car. You see good boost. You see, you're looking up the outside. It's got good tires. Has a little bit of body armor.
We're gonna pick it.
Can I grab the booze real quick?
Booze.
Boost?
Booze.
They thought you said booze,
Nah.
not booze.
No, it's boost, like nitro boost. You'd have to
Oh.
like engineer, like have somebody who could do like some removing, like actual like.
So they
mess
can't
or
just
something.
just wrench it off.
That will break it.
I mean, do they have any alcohol in there for them to take?
I mean, there's probably like 4 bottles. Take it if you want it.
Two for
Welcome
me,
to
two for
Skag
me.
Liquor.
Schmeat just monkey arming through the top of the window.
Oh, there's a 22
guys-
too.
Wait, 20? Okay, 2 above
22.
20s. Yep. As you guys just sit there like, watch as Barry and Shmeet just become the equivalent of fuck this guy and start pushing, rolling, get to the edge. And you can see the edge here where there was at one point like a barrier and a fence, and it's just either been knocked over or just cut down and just roll and shove off the edges that it hits the water. And Clay goes, that'll work, and starts to finish backing into his spot.
I think we're gonna have a good time here.
And you watch as somebody else over there who you didn't hear the first time just looks down in like disappointment and hands a 10 over to somebody else.
I'm honestly half disappointed the bandit guy who did this didn't actually gonna come back to see us. Because I really would have just thrown him over the edge with the car.
Oh, I know.
I wanted to put him back in the car while you guys pushed it over.
Sis. Alright, now that you guys are here, welcome to Opportunity, the land of failure. So, for the city of failure. As that is effectively all it is at this point.
I love that intro.
Taking a look around, a lot of the once nice and refined like hard metallic edges sloping down into like a very like politically appealing setup has been broken, damaged, ruffled, stained, dented, burnt. and worn down in general terms as the city climbs up in those gentle slopes, and it also, as you guys get closer, you notice it goes downwards into like what would technically be below water level and everything, as there's lower levels to the city, and in the middle there are 3 skyscrapers reaching up to a certain height, and at the top they all connect into one, like there's a they all connect by a set of walkways. So whatever the top rooms of this place are all interconnected. You, however, want to continue forward and start walking around the outside edge as you guys are heading towards where you saw the ship docked. Correct?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Heading around that way, what are you guys looking for? Just the ship itself, or looking for the person for it, or where are you starting?
The Borderlands version of Han Solo, I'm guessing.
Sure, we saw the ship down there. Also, could just go to the ship.
I am genuinely curious what's causing that.
Yeah, same.
Max, your thing's doing the thing again.
Well, I think I could think of is like the aux port somehow, like Arik might put on that.
I don't know what to do about that.
Oh, it stopped there, so I spoke too soon. I shouldn't talk, apparently.
In fairness, it doesn't like to do that when she's talking.
It only does it when you're talking.
Well, it does it when everyone's talking.
Okay, it just does it when someone's talking.
Well, it also
Wait,
just kind of does it.
Hold on a second. Unmute, Max?
I am unmuted.
We'll leave it up there for a minute. There it is.
Wait, what? So
Nope,
when
it's
you're
still there.
talking, it stops.
So I
What?
just have to constantly be talking.
What?
No, it's creeping up whenever she said that last sentence.
It did.
Only when someone else is talking, or someone
Nah.
else is making noise.
It'll do it in a
'cause
void.
did hurt.
Sorry.
No, it's just confusing.
Yay, more technical problems. Our speciality.
Or go away.
No, I just wish I knew what it was so we could do something about it.
It's probably these headphones.
It might be, I don't know. Okay, so. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Where do you guys want to start for this? Like, at the thing itself, anywhere nearby? How do y'all want to handle this? That's what I'm checking to see what you guys want to do.
I guess go over there and just go and see who the hell owns it. Who's running it, anyways.
And if anyone has asked to come by recently, or if anything else left.
Yeah, if there's any ships left recently as well.
Fair.
You have that head start on it.
Alright, as you guys approach the area, this isn't like as you're noticing and getting closer, walking around. It gets worse when we talk, though, it feels like. As you guys are walking around and taking a look around the area, it doesn't seem like this is like an official docking area or anything like that. Opportunity doesn't seem like it's set up for that kind of idea. However, it does seem like they just parked and like stretched out like a runway to get into the ship. Like you look as they backed up, like the cargo bay to this thing is just cranked down and it's a huge ramp in, where you can just see the big empty space on one side. For it seems like they're unloading and loading some kinds of cargo. Hard to tell what exactly for a lot of it, because, well, it's crated up for storage and shipping. But you do see there at the base is a tall, like, bearded individual, short-cropped hair, and you can see, like, a couple of spots where the hairline and beard are disrupted by, like, some scars and such. Sitting there, like, tall, like, kind of like a more lean build, and just has a click echo net brought up and like a data pad using to like mark stuff off as stuff comes on and off. as you see people in like mostly actually not like power, like what is it? Like forklifts or other things like that. You see people that looks like they have like a small slight exoskeleton that comes forward and runs down the sides of the arms that are like reaching in and picking up, and it supports off as it goes down the back and down the leg some, where they'll pick up a larger crate and just start to walk with it.
Ah, neat.
But that is the scene before you at the moment.
Max, try Discord muting instead of the headset.
Thaddeus is also absolutely onto it. It waits for someone to speak. It sounds like it's
sounds
like it might be like reverberating from like the audio you're getting in the headphone. Picking up some horrible version of that.
Is this like your headset we use for, like with Overwatch and stuff, or is this like your earbuds that are wireless?
It's my Overwatch headset.
Huh.
Yeah, the muting on Discord worked fine.
Did it?
Yeah?
Yeah. When she was muted on Discord, I didn't hear any of it.
What the fuck? Okay.
Sounds like the mic gain might be high enough that it's catching audio coming from the headset.
Well, it'll do it whenever it's muted. So it's some sort of like an audio feedback situation.
Yeah.
Technology's weird, guys.
Discord just mutes it because it's muting it on its end.
Technology is so weird. I wish it would make sense some days.
Turn everything analog again. Clock should be the most sophisticated piece of technology.
Try trying to get off and on again.
Oh my god.
Unplug it and plug it back in.
But you guys are here towards the, you can see where the ship is docked in and set up. What would you guys like to do?
Talk to them and see if they know. Talk to whoever looks like they're in charge and ask if they know.
Everyone always assumes they can just find whoever's in charge. On every like transportation vessel ever, it's magical.
Because there's a person who's obviously just, directing things and not just,
They all wear funny
Would it
hats.
perhaps be the described person making things checked off of the lists and stuff?
Yes.
People come.
Yes.
Okay.
No one has to be supervising, right?
Ask who. I feel like if Barry goes up to someone and asks who's in charge there of the...
No, I'm sorry. It just got me that he's like, I want to find whoever's in charge when I described the person checking all of the cargo coming in and out.
Nah, that's just a random dock worker.
That there is grunt work.
It might literally just be grunt work.
But they might know if there's any planned trips going anywhere.
How big was that guy, Matt?
Like 6'2" and lean build.
Okay.
Well, you approach him.
Hello.
Hello.
So I got a question. I got a few questions for you. This might seem kind of stupid, so I apologize ahead of time.
He looks around at the company you guys are keeping right now in this town. Surprisingly.
Did this ship take passengers with it? Or is it just a cargo?
Depends what we're paid for.
Fair. Just to let you know if there's any other ships that also go and do this sort of work as well, or is it just you?
Shrug, I assume others come in and out. I think there was one here when we docked.
How long ago was that? A few days, few weeks, what?
Just
Probably
Yeah.
3 Pandoran cycles ago.
Yeah. Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's too far away for that to have been docking, right?
Two. Like I said, he said that would be like, remember, each cycle is
It's
90
like 30.
hours.
Yeah, 90 hours. So that'd be too far, right? You'd be
It'd be
like,
pretty far. It'd be a hard pressed one.
270 hours. So 10
Yeah.
days, approximately.
It would be, yeah, a little over 10 days. So if he did, he's been way ahead of you, and he is absolutely gone.
all right.
Not
Is there
impossible because you don't know the time frame of everything, but unlikely.
All right. Is there any others that are in town right now that could also go on going off planet?
Didn't see any. But again, not my problem if so. So I wasn't watching.
Yeah. I see this guy who's got a bit of case of sticky fingers. He does. He's decided he wants to go on a wander off planet. I was hoping you might know anything about him.
I feel
Give
like
us a-
you've just described probably most of this city.
Yeah, but he thinks he's a bit better than other people.
Again, you might have described about half of this city.
Yes. I give a physical
And
description.
I don't negotiate for passengers, so I don't know.
I mean, fair. Who would you be able to go and direct me to the person who does do that?
You'd have to find the captain or first mate.
Any idea where they might be?
No.
Do you have a description
Perhaps
of them? Their name? Oh,
any major events happening in the city for entertainment or other business deals.
yeah, there's supposed to be some thresher fight or something in about 3 hours, so.
Well,
There?
there you go. Have fun looking.
What's her name? Got any idea what they look like? Picture?
Captain Lyra. Look for her. You'll see her. She makes herself known.
Thank you kindly. I wander off.
Turns around to hear you. No, that's not our shit. And you're not one of the people. Get the fuck out as you're walking away.
Do we also hear a splash?
You hear a pause of like, wait, I'm trying to, but I gotta. No, that's not ours. But I got told to. It's not ours. This is your last chance. But I got. Well, you know what to do. And then a few minutes later, you hear a splash. A few moments later, you hear a splash.
Just imagine it threw him so high up in the air, it took a few minutes for him to come down.
Jesus, that'd be terrifying.
They just threw him from the center of the city all the way over to the edge. Just eat.
No, they like Metal Gear style Fultoned him, but it's one of those where the balloons pop, so he just went up into like the stratosphere, sat there, and then had to come back down.
Okay. Oh.
All right.
I guess we definitely gotta go watch the thresher fight.
All right, let's go see people beat each other to death to see who doesn't get thrown into a thresher.
Yeah. I guess we gotta go tell everybody else the good news then.
Also, watch out for
If you'd like to
pickpockets and just
planet,
killing them.
we definitely get to go watch the thresher fight. Yeah.
Just radio into everyone. Hey, we gotta go see the thresher fight to find Captain Ilya?
That's Lyra.
Lyra. There you go. Captain Lyra. We gotta go find her.
Does anybody else exist?
No.
It's
No.
black.
The world of make-believe, none of these people exist.
I mean, fair.
Only in your heads.
They have company then.
Because we're all insane here.
Anyways,
So. Yeah, nope, you put that over the radio. Sorry, that's up for people to answer.
I answered. I said I was done.
Oh, didn't do anything.
I'm pretty sure everyone is kind of sort of following relatively close behind on account of what type of town this is.
Yeah, no, I figured everybody's close. I didn't want to interrupt because I was giving people a chance to answer.
I'm just going to continue following Barry around.
Alrighty. Let's go. Fun.
So. Interesting question. Does anyone know where the Thresher pit fights are?
Yeah, boys. Let's ask about.
Right, we can, So we don't have the constant, like, chuckle talk every time. You guys can make, like, either an investigation or a persuasion check somebody can make to try and, like, talk to people or just navigate your way around.
Is anybody who's pretty good about either of those willing to do one?
do it.
Can I make a perception check to see the flow of people? See if there's anyone, if there's general traffic towards a certain place. Assuming the Thresher fight's happening soon.
I feel like because they described it with Thresher fights happening with regularity, it wouldn't be a big shift in traffic here.
Is it anywhere that looks like an obvious, like, giant Thunderdome maybe thing?
There's some very obvious landmarks in the form of the 3 towers.
Hmm.
Ooh. Close.
Alright. Well, if persuasion fails, we always have good old intimidation.
True.
Right here.
If you want to do intimidation, I suppose that's also an answer.
Barry's
We'll
good
do
though. She can do that.
persuasion first. So be Tanya, but 13 on the die plus 5, so 18.
18, more than enough. As you're all shuffling around, you just walk over, grab the first person who looks mostly sober at least, and least likely to just stab you. Walk over to them and be like, "Hey, where's it at?" And they're like, "That's fair. We're all getting ready for that too, but like, you see those 3 towers over there? Yeah, if you go over that way around the base, they're kind of interlinked, and they're like the corner pillars of the Colosseum pit thing."
Okay, thank you.
If you got money,
Good
you
man.
can get up top and watch from the walkways and the penthouses. If you don't got money, you're on the ground with the rest of us.
How much money for it?
Last time I tried to get in, it was like a fucking $800 ticket.
Ugh.
Thank you for the information. We don't have to stab you now.
I appreciate not getting stabbed. Takes
Keep up the
notice.
good work and not getting fat.
That's the goal. Yeah, starts to wander off.
Towards where he said.
Heading that way, as you guys get closer, dealing with the slopes and backs, it starts to dip down for a minute, and you can see the entryway where you can go down into the city and below many of the buildings here. It does seem like it's built on layers, including the fact that there's fountains down below that kind of work still. People hustling, shopping, robbing, stealing, pickpocketing, murdering, and guzzling. The city is definitely the definition of decadence gotten out of hand, as people throw themselves fully into whatever life they want. But without fail, still, there are some businesses, shop owners, bar owners, and such that keep their place standing, probably through very hostile means, but nonetheless standing and orderly-ish to an extent. As you pass all of these on the way to where you now see built up about a story and a half that seems to like start to circle. As you can see, it circles around a long way, And you're willing to bet, like the person said, this is where they wrap around and connect to the 3 different towers. At the base, there's not much entryway for each part of the wall, but you can see where you can enter at the base of one of these buildings. Walking in the front as the doors just open, and you see like the remnants of a handsome Jack statue over to one side, like down one of the staircases, and somebody's spray painting another piece on it. You guys walk inside where people are trying to like crowd get in. There is no real line. It's just kind of whoever gets up to the desk next. And by desk, I mean it's kind of like one of those, like there's a desk with a plexiglass thing and like the drop-down sealed doors on either side of it that they're letting people through occasionally.
Okay, so can me and Smeet just kind of bully shove our way through?
Absolutely. Athletics checks. Or intimidation checks.
Oh, it's been a while since I've actually gotten to do an athletics check. An intimidation check, I mean.
Like,
I was going to say, you just made it athletics to throw a car into the pit. I mean, into the lake.
25.
yeah, I'll try intimidation.
Okay.
I have a question though. Smeet.
21.
Oh, Smeet, he's like 3 or 4 foot, right?
Is how did I make this?
Did the Smeet go and climb up my shoulder like a rabid parrot? Just growl.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can Nessa also try intimidation?
Yes.
The most adorable intimidation attempt ever.
You're just writing text.
No, Nessa just wants to like put her shoulders back and act like she's really big.
Act like she's built like Barry then?
Built like Barry.
Can I roll one for text too?
He is 3'6".
Since we're rolling
Yeah.
dice and doing various things, can I go nab one of those cans of spray paint? Stealthily.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That'd be like sleight of hand, right?
Yep.
Let's go with sleight of
Oh.
hand.
Schmidt isn't even 4 feet tall.
No, that's for Bertram's thing.
Bertram needs to huff some more. Get an addiction going.
He's got a crave, man.
21, I'm looking for a green one.
You got a green one.
Yeah.
Toxic green.
Nessa got a dirty one.
Oh.
Oh god!
So
How'd
wait,
you get a
hold
dark-
on.
Both a minus in
Negative.
charisma.
Oh,
Yeah.
So wait, hold on. What's everybody else's intimidations?
25.
21.
What was Texas?
His is a 10.
So you're walking forward, like trying to prowl ahead and look scary. And it's not working. All of your nerves are showing, all of your like tiny frame is showing, but people are backing off, and you have this idea of, yeah, I'm doing good. What's really
It's
doing
me.
good is
It's me. I'm doing good.
yeah. However, what everybody else sees as doing really good is Barry looming and starting to crackle with tiny explosions, like looking at people with a death glare, and Schmeat looking absolutely and acting absolutely feral as his mouth warps slightly to its skag mouth.
Realistically, though, Tex thinks it's all him. He's a good boy.
And you guys very quickly get a line to the front.
Having fun here.
How many people? Says the like. There's like an older lady at the desk here who's obviously been on Pandora for a long time, judging by the scars, and like takes another drag off of his cigarette. How many?
I imagine the slug from Monsters Inc.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Not that
Barry
bad yet.
stops to count. How many do we actually have? He just starts counting on his fingers.
Do you count the
Is
robot?
Clay with us? Do the robots robot count?
Only if you guys count him.
Okay.
We do not count them. We don't want to pay for them.
Just watches
So
as Barry just starts visibly counting on his fingers.
you guys have 7 people in total because Terry's here too.
Okay.
You know what? I don't care. $40 per person.
Okay.
No, that guy said it when you just got in.
You look like out-of-towners. $40 a person.
How much for the seats up there?
Up where? The Sky Ring?
Yeah.
$7.50 today.
Oh, that's cheaper than that guy said last time. Think if we turned around and robbed everyone else in line behind us, we could get that much?
Barry stops,
Shrugs.
freezes, shrugs.
Looks at the counter lady.
She's like, do what you will.
Alright.
That being said, if we're trying to find Dakin, maybe we shouldn't get Barry and the rest of us noticed right away.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, Barry is very easy to find.
I am big.
Nessa's gonna like look around and she's gonna like look at the lady and she's just gonna like tap a credit card.
Did she have a credit card? Do you actually have one, Max? Max?
For very special occasions.
Are you on at
Only when I
How
have
many?
to. 7.
7 for
The sky.
looks at you, narrows eyes, takes it. Small look of surprise, hands it back. Go through the door to the right and proceed to the elevator.
Thank you.
Stop for a second, seeing that. If any information about... If that screen popped up anything funny and anything comes out of this, I will find you, skin you alive, and make you wish you were a living statue.
Honey, that's the nicest thing that's been said to me today.
I don't believe that, because I'm pretty sure someone will have called you pretty at least.
Oh, it's been a long time since that, but I appreciate the thought.
To the sky.
As you guys proceed past, and you now see why nobody's trying to rush past the doors when it opens as you walk inside, and on either side are 2 Hyperion bots holding weaponry. Effectively, in this, 4 Hyperion gun bots holding shotguns.
Are you talking about like the normal loader ones or like badass size loader ones?
Think like the Sarge loaders with shotguns.
So normal
Okay.
loaders. With
No,
little
not
shoulder
quite,
bits.
not the quite normal gun bots. They're like basically like a bit. They're similar to normal, just a bit heavier armored and a bit more accurate.
The arm? Say the arm? The ones that are literally just arm bots in their name? That have the giant arms that can
No,
stuff?
it's a very particular one I'm thinking of. They're like basically they're effectively just heavier armored versions of the gun bots. They're just improved version of the gun bots.
They got the little shoulder bits.
They're a bit more durable. They're a bit more accurate. That kind of thing. And right next to them, as you walk up, one of them reaches out, punches a button, and the door opens for the elevator.
Nessa's gonna give it a wave.
It's like eye projects from like that one eye has like a little glow projects, and it gives a wave back from like a holographic hand.
Feels like an
If
elevator,
we're
you
going
say?
somewhere somewhere fancy, maybe I should have worn my fancy clothes now.
as you guys get in and start shooting up. And it was kind of hard. Nobody was really paying attention, I guess. Just looking at this, you are going up story, then another story, then another. And you guys effectively end up at the top of a 20-story skyscraper.
So, Nessa, is anybody possibly watching for that credit card to be in use?
Honestly, that's not a big enough purchase for them to even worry about it. That just disappears every day.
Say it another way. Is that card specifically linked to you in any way, shape, or form?
Yes, but they wouldn't know it was for me. Like I said, money comes out of the account all the time.
It's not money, it's something with your name being activated.
They won't clock it, promise.
Okay.
Alright, so extra bodyguard duty for Nessa. Okay.
I try not to spend very much money. It's okay. It'll be good.
Yep. I catch Bertram's eye and just stand on one side of Nessa, just waiting for something to happen.
I'm incognito.
Her hair is combed a different way.
Yeah. Instead of one pencil in her hair, she has two.
Ah.
What? One what?
One pencil.
Okay. Well.
All right. As you guys proceed up to the top, and the door bing, opens. And you see lined up to either side, like doors are opened in this floor of the room. As you're realizing, sorry, pulled a blank here. Doors open in this room as you walk out, and you see where this is connected at the top. And this top room is a lounge. They have treated this one nicely. It is well repaired. It is decently lush. Things aren't just busted or stained. There are a number of little droids walking around and offering drinks to people. Sorry, little bots walking around and offering drinks to people, and you see off to the side where the doors slide open and you can go out onto the ring itself. And on the ring, you can also see more couches, chairs, love seats, soft seats, things like that. Looking down, and projected on each one seems to be like there's cameras on the bottom of the ring, as you're realizing that zoom in so you can see it down at the bottom. And at the bottom, there is a suspended ring stretching out over a pit that drops down like maybe a good 50, 60 feet down to like loose-ish dirt on the ground. And in this ring, you can see people are getting things set up, checking it out, like making sure everything's up to it. And at the very bottom, occasionally you can see something roil up from the surface. Snake, like something like big sliding through, then going back down and underneath until you just see some more displaced dirt as your next hint that it's there. Up here are a number of people from what seems to be just some like really like brash and assholish bandits walking around to what seems to be maybe a bit more refined class of fucketry happening up here. Cards are being played, drinks are being had. Good times for all. Welcome to the Sky Ring. Most luxurious spot and opportunity, and possibly on Pandora.
Fancy.
A couple questions.
Absolutely.
One, is there any odd chance of Nessa seeing someone she recognizes?
I feel like that's
Is
a
my
we shall see.
T100 on the table still?
Oh dear.
What?
What?
Is my D100 on the table still there, or in the box there?
It was on the
Yeah.
table when I was over last week.
On the table.
Roll the D100 for me.
Okay.
How And while she's rolling that, the other question was:
That's
does
a 91.
anyone see a Dakin around?
Make a perception check. Or
Does everyone
investigation.
get one?
What?
Yeah. Well,
Yay!
let's say the group rolls one with advantage. Otherwise, that's like everybody, like 6 checks in a row.
Oh, that sounds like a Bertram or Crystal roll.
It's not me.
Ray is currently more worried about making sure nobody.
I have bad luck about rolling natural ones. I just
That's
rolled
why you
one.
have advantage.
Did you just
Yeah.
roll?
I rolled a natural 1 for the first time.
Oh.
For a perception check, because you said perception check.
Yeah.
Second die was a natural 17, so 27.
27. So as you guys start to meander, walk around, once you're up here, as you guys start to walk around, you realize you have access to all 3 penthouse floors, and the entire ring is up to your disposal to wander and walk. As you walk around, I'll say, unfortunately, at the moment, you don't seem to see a Dakin. However, you guys are here like 2 hours early.
We're also looking for that one captain.
Yep. I was gonna add some more stuff. Sorry, I wasn't finished. I was just checking some details. That is my bad on where I paused. You also see at one point where you have to give it a wide berth in one of the penthouses. Everybody blocking, like, especially like gathering around, including some heavier guards than normal. Someone with like a heavy, about 5'10", sorry. Wrong bit. Probably about 5'4", a little under the 5.5 feet. Kind of like bad posture. You see walking around in some cracked, welded back together, and then like kind of reinforced exoskeleton that wraps around the head, the shoulders, making like a helmet. And then like comes down where you see where they could extend past his hands into like those fists, like you see for some of those people outside loading things. With a like filigreed kind of shatter point on the forehead where it went back. But I mean, like, they took like the shiniest metal they could and just poured it into the cracks. And blazoned across the top of the helmet is the same wrapping thresher crest that you guys saw before with the ones that came to the ones that you guys fought at Overlook. Looming next to them, like kind of menacingly, is like the 5'10", heavy-plated looking individual with like a psycho buzz axe. They're like leaning and kind of looking around, and very thick armor plated and helmet coming down. And on the other side is a tall bot that is coming, has like the double binocular eyes, arms split off into 4 instead of just the 2, like rusty red and steel gray with like draped pieces of cloth over them. As they're standing on like either side or lounging nearby on something, obviously keeping an eye on this person. Before you move on down the ways a little bit, and you notice a fun little card game is happening. And at first, it doesn't draw your attention, because it's just a card game, right? And then you see the lady who's sitting there. She's probably like 5'7", 5'8", laughing, having a good time, hair pulled back into like some smaller braids that are wrapped back up into like a larger braid. Has like almost like a admiral jacket like draped on her shoulders, but like the clasp thing is pinning it there, so it's not like her arms aren't in the sleeves. Has like the vest and like nicer slacks or pants on underneath of it, with like a button up tied off there, laughing, having a good time. And then you watch as she stops and freezes as she puts down her hand, and her opponent puts down her hand, puts down their hand, and she looks, she narrows her eyes. And then you hear, "You motherfucker, cheating! You have 4 aces and I have a goddamn ace in mine," as she stands up and kicks the table at him, grabs him, and just starts punching the shit out of him for a second before like throwing him at the glass wall and like threw it and off. Like her. as you have a little bit of an idea now with the Admiral jacket and other things that there's a chance this might be Captain Lyra.
Yeah.
And I think that, with her throwing them off and turning to look at you guys as you guys just stare,
Give her a wave.
plummets all the way down, and you watch as he misses anything and like pings slightly off of one of the suspension cables for the ring in the middle, and then keeps falling down into the thresher pit.
Who's Captain Lyra?
The one they're looking
The
for.
guys you were here for.
Oh.
She's the one that they said was the captain of the ship.
Okay. I thought
She's
that
gonna
was
turn to you and be like,
my
"What the fuck do you
backstory.
want?"
What, Matt?
She's gonna turn and look at the rest of you and be like, "What the fuck do you want?" Staring at me.
I mean, we're looking for you.
I like your jacket.
Thanks, it's a good jacket. What were you looking for me? As she starts to pick up the cards and shuffle it, and she's like, looks over to like one of the other bots. You might want to replace the window.
Space stuff.
Well,
Do
from
what?
what we hear, you're the one with the ship in town, right?
Yeah, I got a ship.
Yeah. Well, me and mine are looking for somebody who had a bit of a case of sticky fingers, and I heard that he was trying to go and leave town with it, right? Ask if you've
And
seen him.
roll a persuasion check to see if you can get them to talk.
I'm the wrong person on getting tangle cords from cats.
You may be the wrong person, but you are the one trying to convince them to do stuff.
All right, time for you guys to cheat at poker again. See how well it goes.
Let's cheat at poker,
What do you mean
kid.
cheat?
Watch as
We
the other
never
person.
cheated at poker.
As you guys
That's
say
like
this,
you've never
everybody
stolen
looks
anything.
outside, just
Yeah,
out
well.
of reflex at the last person who cheated, as a mouth just comes up and before continuing back into the dirt.
21.
21. Alright, you want to talk about stuff. I like to talk, however, I don't like talking for fun and free. You want something and I want something. I want a good game. So, cards.
Are any of us actually any good at cards? Like, I'm pretty sure there's one of us who is, in fact, good at cards, isn't there?
Shmeat wants to play.
Yeah, they all
Schmeat?
cheat.
Yeah.
Looks down. Alright, little man. Shmeat, you want to play?
Thumbs up.
I don't know
Alright,
if Barry
alright.
even knows what card game they're playing, so, I mean, Barry can't just...
Irrelevant.
Grabs the
Okay.
bot that's nearby and says, "Alright, we're playing." And he looks over to him, new game, get him rest set up. And I'm gonna say as they get the thing shuffled and we start to deal the hand, I will end the session there as we get ready for a card game because it is midnight
Yeah.
and people have work.
Unfortunately. I mean, hey. Time and a
We're gonna
half.
open up
make
next
some
session when you
cookies.
guys have found Captain Lyra, you've made it up to the Sky Ring, and you will be playing cards for info.
Alrighty, anything before I hit the stop button?
Nope.
Alright, goodbye.
Don't cheat at poker, you'll get thrown out a window.
Or do, just do it better than that guy.
Just be
Yeah,
strong.
do better than that guy. Don't put down 4 aces when another person has an ace.
Oh please, she put that ace in her hand. She's the one cheating, got caught in it because the other
Absolutely
person
may be
had
right.
it, then they had to go. Come on, I know that game.
You may
I've played that
absolutely
game.
be right, but it's hard to say.
Goodbye.